ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Challenger Podcast. Today we're joined with our regular co-host today, and of course, it's going to be my guy Ryzen, Free Game Unit the Third, and of course, Damon Fob, aka my guy Black Chia.
Yes, sir, Steve.
Yes,
Was
sir.
Gucci. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I hear an echo. Do y'all hear an echo?
Yeah, say.
Is it me?
I'm not sure. It's not Ryzen. It's not right. It's not Black Chia because he's muted, and I still kind of hear it.
Is it me?
Mute right quick. Free and mute. Hello. Yeah, it's free game. It's free.
Yo. Yo.
Right. So sorry for the technical difficulties, viewers out there.
I'm about to say it was not doing that 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, 100%. We were just in the pregame lobby, just yapping for like a solid 20 minutes. This never happened. But
is it still echoing?
Nah, you good.
Yeah, it's straight now. But all right, so I'm pretty sure you guys know Chapter 36 recently dropped, and today, of course, we're going to be going over, react to pretty much most stuff that happened. This chapter right here, unfortunately, is going to be, I was actually just informed, it's going to be our last chapter until September. This is crazy.
Yeah, abysmal news right there. This is actually crazy.
Why are they taking a break?
Because they ended off on a banger.
Dude's been going on for 36 straight months. I think he deserves a month off.
Just one month.
I mean, just 3 years, that's it? I mean, what's the problem here?
I mean, if you think about it, did we take any breaks in part one once it became regularly monthly? Like,
yeah.
I think the only break he took was when we got to the time skip.
I think he took one break.
Nah. Well, actually, you're right. He did take. Yeah, he did take one month break back then,
and then the 3 month hiatus for the new publication. So it's technically just he's only ever taken one break because that was just a new publication. This will be his second break technically in like nearly 10 years.
How did we even talk about that time? Because I know the anime and manga both went on big, like within the same 4 months of each other. I was like, yeah, we're going to get the anime back before the manga. We are 3 years into TBV, which is actually crazy.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy. So, what's called? Y'all know me. I'm not that tech savvy. When y'all gonna pull up the chapter real quick? Por favor.
Yeah. Can we go through the panels that we got leaked?
Of course. What? You've seen some of the chapter though, right?
From which I put in chat a little bit of it.
Did you read my explanations in the chat?
No, because I went to the barbershop.
Oh damn! But yeah, there's some surprises, especially code being functional.
I mean, that
I was
did
reading
catch a
some
lot of
of
people.
what y'all was saying. I'm not going to say I wasn't reading everything, but let me see.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah. So what we got?
All right, we got Amado with his new drip.
That's his new outfit.
Yes.
It's a
I actually did that one stripe on his jacket. They're zooming into the back of his head a lot.
So I guess this confirms that Amado gets a salary because he can afford clothes.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He make clothes. At this point, the motherfucker make anything. He probably just making them clothes. I wouldn't be surprised.
He's a top scientist. You don't think his salary is top notch? Like,
yeah,
even higher than Kakaske?
I think this nigga got creation of all things jutsu. That's what I think. That's what I think.
It's possible. It's not crazy. But I'm thinking he's likely doing projects for the Hidden Leaf Village and probably gets paid for those projects.
Oh, 100%. Like the
and he's doing runway walks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's doing runway walks. He's been sponsored by certain clothing companies in the Leaf, so
yeah.
But you know, something I like that unfortunately the English version removes is we have like all these titles on the cover. So let's see. What future awaits him at the end of his schemes? Amado uses Kawaki as a means to kidnap Kashin Koji. What is he planning? And the chapter is called A Parent's Heart.
It's a bunch of nonsense.
Great. What do you think he stole a model for? No, why do you think he saw Kasha Koji 4? I completely mixed it up. I think you kind of gave your predictions on podcast before, so it was damn there. Go ahead. Oh, he probably stepped away. Never mind.
But we can go through the first page. Using his advancements as incentive,
Sorry,
Amado negotiate.
Sorry, what you say?
Oh no, I was asking what was your predictions about what Amado wanted Kasha Koji for, but I think you gave your predictions before in one of the last pods, and I said it was pretty spot on. Yeah, so. All right, so I guess we can continue real quick.
Bet. So let's see. Using his advancements as incentive, Amado negotiates with Kawaki. What was this goal in capturing Koji? So we go back a bit pre-end of last chapter. Kawaki says, kidnap Koji. You want me to kidnap Koji? Amado says, yes, that's correct. I don't know what you're planning, but let me clarify something first. Whatever it is you want me to do, it won't get in the way of tracking down the Shinju, will it? Amado says, no need to worry about that. Everything I do is for my daughter's sake. I also want to get rid of those guys as soon as possible, but I want to talk to Koji about something personal. Got it. Let's do it then. What's the plan? Well, that was quick. You don't want me to explain? Don't want to know? Don't care. As long as you're not getting in my way, it's fine with me. I find that really interesting that as long as it doesn't conflict with Naruto
right.
or his goals, he's willing to do anything, no questions asked.
Right.
I've seen a lot of people. I was gonna say I've seen a lot of people speak out about this part, but I'm scratching my head because I'm like, that is completely in character for Kawaki to operate like that. So I don't know why people are. So I don't know why. Yeah, I saw a lot of people were like, why wouldn't he ask questions, or like in a type of way that's kind of insinuating Ikimoto's lapsing. But I'm like, nah, that Kawaki would not ask those type of questions. He wouldn't. 100%.
And at the end of the day, he's not a ninja, so he's not gonna look underneath the underneath. But I still find it funny that to this day he still doesn't see the incentive of getting more intel. He's just, okay, you're gonna give me more power, right? You're gonna give me a new upgrade, right? Yeah, bet. As long as it doesn't bother Naruto, I'm down to do whatever. Be it genocide, murder, money laundering, or whatever.
It's not thinking.
Yeah, and that kind of plays into what I don't necessarily like about Kawaki's character, where it's like he's just basically ironic because this is a chapter that's surrounded around Kasha Koji, but Kawaki he embraces being used as a tool. He doesn't really care about being a mastermind behind any sort of plot. So he doesn't really care about any information on why Amado is doing a certain thing. For example, if Amado was in this specific situation, someone's asking him to do a big favor that is basically take him out completely out of his way and potentially messes up his plan, he's gonna want to know all the information. It's not just, will this actually ruin my plans with, let's say, Akibi? No, he's gonna want to know everything.
Yeah, somebody be like, yo, Amado, it's not gonna do nothing about Akibi. You ain't gotta worry about it. He's gonna be like, nah. Let's go. Like, why are we doing this? How are we doing this? When? What time? And what's the incentive behind your entire motivation? Like, he gonna want to know everything.
I mean, it is funny because like the past month, people have been saying, "Oh, this is when Kawaki finally becomes a vortex of fate. He's gonna know about Koji's abilities. He's gonna know about the future." But nah, he doesn't even get the cliff notes. It's like, go do my dirty work and just go home.
You know what? It's kind of like an opposition of, well, not opposition. It's like a parallel, but two different approaches. Because like Ryzen in One Piece, a lot of the times when we get to like a new arc, and like the crew is being told about like maybe the arc's main characters like backstory, or like, what I'm saying, somebody's backstory or somebody's story, like why they are or how the kingdom got taken over. A lot of the times Luffy be like, bro, I don't care about none of that. He be walking off in the middle of the story. Like, I don't even think he was there in the canon. He doesn't know Nami's full backstory. He still don't know the full truth of what happened with Nami and Arlong. He just beat the shit out of Arlong just because Nami says so. So it's like a different approach, because with Kawaki, same approach. He don't care. He ain't trying to have all the details, but it's lazy, not in terms of the writing, but it's lazy in his approach, because it's like, bro, you got this grandiose goal, regardless of how big or small you want to make it. It's a big ass goal, and you're not putting in the work at all, like at all.
And it's interesting because last month they actually released this poster of like Boruto and Kawaki and their collaborators. And on this side, you have Boruto who's always questioning Koji. He always wants more info and he hates being left out of the dark.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you have Kawaki who, A, as long as you're not bothering Naruto, B, you're not getting in his way, and C, you give him power, he doesn't care what you want to do, and he's not going to ask questions at all. Like, even Aodo, said, yo, that was quick. Wow, you don't want any information? That saves my convoluted backstory right there.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate all the way around.
And I like how you Uchiha, you said that it was in character, because even Amado spells it out for everyone. Well, I suppose that's in character for you.
Yeah. Literally, he goes on to say that.
And then he says, is Boruto in Konoha right now? Yeah, he sure is. The sensory team won't be able to find him, but I can feel his Otsutsuki presence. Good. Now is our chance. Now, while Boruto isn't by Koji's side. Besides, there's always that Shinjutsu of his. If Tenpats gives him an update, then our actions will end up being predicted. If we're going to act, it has to be now.
Boruto striking fear in these niggas' hearts, man. They say, yo, we're bored. Before we do anything else, where that guy Boruto at? Like, it's a wrench of the plan if he's active and about. You feel me?
And it's funny because I think we talked about this in last night, but it's interesting how Amado was instantly able to figure out the mechanics of Koji Shinjutsu. Like, oh shit, he doesn't have like the slightest idea that we could do this right now. So let's go kidnap him right now before his jutsu activates again.
Yeah, nah, Amado's different when it comes to intelligence, dog. It's like he was kind of like asking him about his abilities while already knowing everything about his abilities. I mean,
it's kind of I don't
know why you brought him here. Like,
nah, I ain't gonna lie though. It's like Koji low key hung himself with his own rope. Like all that talking he was doing, Amado was on the intercom the entire time. So it was like he heard Koji break down like the time when he was talking to Inojin about what was going on, and then when they got into a panic and he was saying like, I don't know what's going to happen up until this point. Amado was listening. Remember after Koji broke down prescience and his weaknesses, Amado was like, prescience, huh? And that's when he approached Kawaki. So it's like Koji hung his own self. That's why Amado called him naive this chapter. He was like, you're still too reliant on that power, bro. Whole time I'm listening.
And it's interesting, like after we get caught up to Kawaki and the Koji situation, we flip back to the village, and we thought Kobu would logically think things through, but it didn't happen. So we have Kobu talking about his whole ordeal. He says, when I was somehow on the roof of the Hokage's office when I was previously in the interrogation room questioning the Hokage. I don't remember leaving the room, nonetheless standing up from my chair, and that's not all. To make matters worse, I was completely surrounded by a swarm of Shinju. It was complete chaos. It was like staring death itself in the face. And then he appeared. The Hokage killing traitor, Boruto. It all happened quite fast. Boruto cut down all 6 of the Shinju that were attacking Lord Kobu in an instant. And then the elders say, are you trying to tell us that the traitor saved Lord Kobu? Kobu says, at a glance, it does appear to be that way. However, not from my point of view. Then Sai just gets that look like, oh shit. The worst case scenario, yo, maybe Koji was right.
Yeah.
Not even maybe. Koji was right, bro.
My thing is, I don't know why we saved this young man, or this old man, I should say. like I remember the pod like it was yesterday. I forgot which one it was. Multiple people here saying, nah, it's right that they didn't kill Kobu. Boruto did the justified thing. I'm like, I don't know if Kashin Koji is saying that this guy needs to die. I mean, it's like this guy needs to die.
See, here's the issue. Would Naruto have followed that plan? That's the issue.
Well, that's one of Naruto's weaknesses.
and Boruto is Naruto's son, so he's gonna carry on those quote unquote weaknesses. Like at the end of part 1, he literally said, "I'm gonna do things just like my dad."
Nah. You wanna know what's crazy though? Because we lived through like Naruto's accomplishments and achievements in real time, and he really wasn't that nigga until like the last quarter of his own story. Like majority, like when we go back and rewatch a lot of Naruto. dude was getting done in a lot of times. And if it wasn't him getting done in, he was raging out, crashing out on people because of the Nine Tails Fox. And I just like how, as history goes, and especially as like after all the things that he's done has been like all said and done, and his time has passed. Soon as shit hit the fan, they like, damn, bro, that nigga Naruto though. You know how he used to be like, yeah, everybody bring up how Naruto used to do things. And I'm like, a lot of the things I feel like would work better if Naruto was here, but also some of them, the world probably would have gotten devoured faster if Naruto still had that same approach. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's possible, but like,
Because if you think about it, like I'm I'll say one of the most controversial things is the Shinju aspect. Right? People was like, "Oh, Shikamaru took the different approach. Naruto wouldn't have done that." I agree, Naruto wouldn't have done that. But would Naruto's potential choice in whatever hypothetical scenario been better? Like in a realistic situation, do we see Naruto trying to talk no jutsu, Matsuri, and just coping with the fact that yeah, Moegi's just gonna stay a tree forever? Like, what do we honestly know? Because Naruto, he does a lot of strange things. If you think about it, like he broke down in the midst of, understandably so, but in the midst of battle, he couldn't fight Momoshiki controlling Boruto's body. And that was like, it's understandable, but when you really, really think about it, that was kind of like, damn, Naruto really like he not trying to fight. And then it's like his approaches are sometimes because it's like we think he's gonna be doing all this great plan, but like every time in Naruto Next Generations, he told Ino the same thing. Ino debriefed him because she was the one who knew what was happening first. He was like, bet, hey, don't let nobody not name Sasuke anywhere near this. I'm gonna handle it. If not, good luck to the rest of y'all. You feel me? That was his plan every fucking time. Like every time. And even Sasuke had to break through because when Sasuke brought Boruto, Naruto's like, Nani, like, Date Bayo, what's going on? Why are you bringing Boruto? It was just supposed to be me or me and you. And that's as far as Naruto really thought, honestly. I was just like, it's just one of those things, like, how far would that planning get him in, like, this Shinju era?
I
I don't
feel
think.
like ironically enough, the only way his way of things would work is possibly on Jura, because at the end of the day, people are gonna want their loved ones back. Konohama's gonna want Moegi back. He's not gonna give up Moegi. Sarato's not gonna give up Sasuke for the Shinju's individuality. So the only real person you could convince is Jura, and even then, Jura's being set up to go batshit insane after you take Hidari out. So I don't know. It would be hard to find a compromise or like common ground between them because they are sentient. It's just, you know, like imagine you were just born, right? You have no control over your birth, but you being born put someone else in the tree, and then you have this dude telling you, "Oh no, you should die," so this other dude can come back.
Yeah, I mean, realistically though, I could see a situation where Naruto talks to Juice's Jura and convinces him to have Hidari and Matsuri like find themselves and go back to their original bodies. You could be like, that's who they actually are. You guys are on a journey to find out who you actually are. That's who
Nigga
you
said go
actually
back
are.
to being trees.
Yeah. I mean,
Verbatim.
yeah, I feel like it could work on Jura. But to be honest, I honestly feel like there's a possibility that that's how we actually do beat Jura eventually. Like it'll be a talk on Jutsu situation where no one actually physically beats him.
That's interesting because of one of the future things that was in the leagues. I don't know, man. It looks my guy Shikamaru was on the sus train too. It looks like he's right there next to Amato. Because why the fuck was we eating dinner with Jura? I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's
They
a
were eating
typo.
dinner with Jura.
I'm looking. It's looking like what I saw. It looks like Jura's holding up a cuisine of some sort, and Shikamaru was just sitting there chilling. So either Shikamaru just got fired and he's stressed out because he just got fired, and he's eating.
So he has
He
dinner
went
with
out
the
to eat.
ops.
I'm saying either that or he went out to eat at the bar because he got to go home to Tamari. Be like, yo, I just got fired, and she from the black. And in the midst of him chilling at the table at the bar, Jura pulls up behind him. That's my out for Shikamaru. That's the only out I got for him. Because we know Jura likes to pull up places, so that works in universe. That makes sense. Like Shikamaru's out, rough day, what a drag, trying to light a cigarette. Jura pulls up, eighth Hokage, Shikamaru Nara.
Like how Urashiki pulled up on Gar. I understand.
Yeah.
Gar just chilling, and one day Urashiki pulled up. I get it.
A bit of a spoiler to like the tail end of the chapter, but from what I can see, Kawaki still hasn't put on that scarf, so it looks like it's gonna be quite a minute until we get that final fight. So it just puts into perspective on how Jura just might be set aside for the next few arcs, because it seems like the Jura shit will all be done soon-ish.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Why you say
One
that?
thing I would say, though, it's possible that the designs do change from that fight.
Oh, 100%. It's just I think Ikamoto did.
I think they said that they was going to do that.
Because I remember Ikamoto doing an updated drawing of their time skip designs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought they said they was going to do that.
It was still. He still had the scarf, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, where is it? I have it somewhere.
The scarf is definitely gonna come, but he just had an outfit change and he got to work his way through this current mindset. Because Ikimoto likes to change outfits when the character has either a power up or a new like revelation in terms of how they think. Only person he keeps the same outfit is Sarada, and he changes her hair. Like in the start of TBV, her hair was always neat. And then closer towards the Sand Village arc, it started to get messy. After the Sand Village arc, she was full on Super Saiyan Sarada most of the time. And now it's always like at least 2 to 3 spikes poking out of her hair like Boruto. So, but with Kawaki, like, yeah, after he got that fit change, he's a little loose. Once he gets the scarf, I think the scarf comes with a little bit more confidence. Right now, he probably think he's confident, but he's not confident enough yet.
I can see it.
But back to the chapter, we have Kobu just going on to his like crackpot theories. It was quite the farce, an idiotic one at that. Boruto, who just so happened to be passing by, decided to save my life, as if he would do such a thing.
This is what I'm talking about. If Kawaki would probably be my favorite character of all time, he'd just say, F this, I'm about to just go pack Kobu up in the next chapter. What's the problem? Like, I feel like Kawaki's the only person who would actually do something like that.
I mean, if we think about it, Kawaki is the reason this is happening. I mean, he could release Naruto right now, or he could say, yo, Boruto's innocent. I framed him.
Kawaki is the reason.
Lunch money.
He is the reason, and you know how much I don't give him slack, but I also cannot stand incompetency. And especially in a world where niggas like to act so smart. And those two old ass ninjas who like to hang on to the fact that they're hailed from the times of the first and the second Hokage. They can't put two. One of them dumbasses said it's a natural conclusion to think that Boruto is working with the Shinju. What makes that so fucking natural to think? Like, how is that a natural? It's one thing to just say that's your opinion, but to say it's only natural or logical to think that. Even if we're talking about, like, let's say no omnipotence and Kawaki escape. In what fucking reality can I logically come to the conclusion Kawaki's the one? Even now, it it just doesn't make sense.
To play devil's advocate, Kawaki did lay the breadcrumbs. He didn't say, "Oh wait, yo, there's some Leaf Jonins that are dead here, yo."
He did, but then also they're trying to act like Boruto's doing this in order to overturn the village. Like, it don't make sense when, one, Boruto showcased his strength already, his superior strength at that, to the village. Two, he was on death's door and the village saved him. So it wasn't like he was on death's door in the village ground. He managed to heal himself naturally, and then he got interrogated. They could have been like, "Oh, that was all part of his." Himawari fucking healed the nigga and brought him back to life.
But see, I feel like we're forgetting though. Like, at the end of the day, like, as much as I hate to say it, they're kind of right to think this, because think about it. In their memories, Kawaki A is that guy Naruto took. Boruto A is that one guy Naruto took in against all reason. "Quote unquote," Boruto almost killed some random kid of the Leaf. He B killed Boruto. That's now out in the open. C went batshit insane, tried to kill Boruto again, almost killed Sarada, uh, attacked uh Konohamaru, Sasuke, and everyone else. It took everyone else to subdue him. Then he escapes with Sasuke, someone who was already on thin ice, someone who people already did not like, unfortunately. And then you have quote unquote Kawaki Uzumaki, the young lord, son of the Hokage, the guy who helped save the world multiple times already, vouching for him. So, for all they know, it's just a trick Boruto's doing to get something. Like, unfortunately, the deck's stacked against Boruto because of omnipotence and because of the lie. They have no reason. They have no reason to doubt Kawaki.
Going over it like that, it sounds pretty, right? But when we're talking about practicality and logicalness, right? After all of those events in part 1, right, it was already established that Kawaki's screw loose is the Hokage. We're just gonna refer to him as Boruto. Let's just pretend Boruto did everything in part 1, right? So Boruto's screw loose is the Hokage, right? So Shikamaru asks Ada, "Yo, what the hell did Boruto just do to the Hokage?" And she was like verbatim, "I don't know. It seems like he got swallowed up by some type of vortex thingy, though." Right? And then he goes on later on and tries to confirm with Ada after Boruto's like, "Yo, tell him motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, what's what, right?" So Ada's like, "It looks like the Hokage is dead and Boruto's the one who's did it." All right, so they have that information, right? All they have is what Ada said. All they have was what Ada said. And the fact, mind you, the fact is Naruto and Hinata has not been seen for the last 3 years, right? So nothing out of the ordinary happens outside of this reality, which is acceptable for the last 3 freaking years. No Naruto, no Hinata, no noise, no none of that. The minute Boruto pops back up, right? Granted, boom. After he pops up, it's in order to stop Code from invading the village. Boruto and Code are already known antagonistic towards each other. So even when he was escaping, because they could have been like, okay, maybe the car organization is still after Boruto. They understand that, and they came to the conclusion, why not let Boruto and Code take each other out? Them old niggas said that themselves in early TBV. So they know he's not on that side, right? Code attacks with the Claw Grimes. The Shinju become a whole thing, and they invade the village. Now, the only thing they have right now in this active time, after Boruto shows up, he saves them, and then randomly Sarada's been vouching for it. All of these things aren't making sense. Okay, all of that is cool, but now we have all of these solid pieces of evidence of people on the field who were already like, no, arrest and kill Boruto, Konohamaru, Mitsuki, all of these figures of the sort and of the like. Is like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He was fighting pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. He was doing this. He was doing that. He was doing the third, right? Boruto gets interrogated by the village themselves. And for the first time in 3 years, they hear the words, Naruto is alive. And they're hearing all of these things that are unopened, like open-ended questions, and he's giving them information, mind you, intel that they are now using on the Shinju about the Ten Tails, who their targets were, being Himawari, Sarada, and Konohamaru. So it's logical to come to the conclusion, you must be working with them niggas, that's why you know that. But it's illogical to come to that conclusion after we've seen on 3 separate missions, these niggas are after you. So even in the world of ninja and trickery and genjutsu and all of this tomfoolery, I think the most dumbest conclusion you could come to, like the most idiotic and insulting conclusion you could come to represent a village, because that's just going to make me think everybody else below you is probably just as dumb, is that Boruto is working with these Shinju tree-like species. Not that, oh, Boruto's good, Boruto's bad. No, it's that Boruto and them are collabing, and it's all in order to get something. That's the dumbest thing you could come to, because its history shows when you have strength in this world, you exercise and showcase it. In a world, especially where there's no Naruto, there's no Sasuke, and quote-unquote Boruto's been showcasing all of it, why the fuck would he need any espionage of the sort to get anything from the Hidden Leaf Village.
I mean, to be fair, you could work it out in a roundabout way, but like I feel like the end thing is, why would you distrust the son of the Hokage? If Kawaki says he's bad, if Kawaki says he killed Naruto, if Kawaki said he did all this, why would I trust Boruto the traitor? And even Damon says it. Like, yeah, they're never gonna believe Boruto and Sasuke, but if things start stacking up, Kawaki's screwed. But for right now, Kawaki is still that young lord. If you're questioning if whether Naruto and Hinata are alive, you're questioning Kawaki. You have no reason to question Kawaki right now. And hell, we know that quote unquote Boruto has tried to kill Kawaki before. We know that the divine trees want to eat an Otsutsuki for a chakra fruit. We know Boruto himself is an Otsutsuki. So who's to say that he's trying to finesse Kawaki so he can get eaten and Boruto can get a chakra fruit?
So that's the thing about it, Ryzen, right? Because if you keep it in house, it's logical to come to the conclusion of bias. Like all right, it started off with nobody, and now you got all these random ninjas inside the village. Nah, Boruto's low-key helping us. He's fighting for our side. He's fighting for our side. But then you have the same ninjas in the sand village who end up saying the same, because they see when Jura pops up. That's one of the first thing Araya says. He confirms, first of all, because Michi's like, who's that? That must be Jura. Araya confirms, yeah, that's Jura. They both see with their own eyes. Jura's only objective, and the first thing he does is try to kill Boruto. So Mitsuki tries to gather a plan. He's like, we need to go and help Boruto. And by the time Konohamaru makes it to them, he's like, nah, we got to continue on our own. Jura's going to be focused on Boruto because Boruto's here. Konohamaru's a snitch. We already know this. And we know he reported it. And we know Mitsuki reported what he saw. And we know Araya reported to Kakazu what he saw. So all of that aligns. And it already tracks with the fact that the man was nearly murdered on your grounds. These entities are after Boruto's life.
See, here's the thing, though. If I'm the daimyo, and if I'm the daimyo, and I was ride or die for Naruto, and in my mind, Kawaki Uzumaki saved my son Tento, I'm listening to what Kawaki says. I want justice. I want revenge. I signed the paychecks at the end of the day. I don't care about these divine trees at all. I just want my revenge. Like, at the end of the day, it's the daimyo. Like, even the elders say, we are carrying out the daimyo's will. It's not about what we want. It's about what the daimyo wants for the continuation of our village. If we go out here and tell the daimyo, hey, we might need to work with Naruto, the daimyo says, okay, bet. I'm going to execute you for treason, or I'm going to fire you, or I'm going to not pay you, and then the village is going to fail. At the end of the day, Kawaki has Boruto's clout, and that's big clout.
Yeah, 100%. I second that in a way, but I do kind of agree with Black Uchiha that it is a bit incompetence. But I feel like a lot of it could be tainted by the fact that they just feel an evil aura just emanating off of Boruto. It's kind of like how we felt about Orochimaru back in Naruto Part 1 and 2. Where it's like every time you just hear the name Orochimaru, just like some evil stuff, you just assume. I feel like Boruto has that now, especially after like his original, I guess, what the village thinks is his original like introduction, like coming from the Kata organization, no one really trusting him, and of course he's the person who backs.
They just attaching all the evil deeds to his name.
Yeah, 100%.
But I feel like also, if let's put another character. I think maybe because we know who Boruto is. Like, let's say Orochimaru was doing this shit. And in their mind, Orochimaru is suddenly helping the village. Would you trust him? And we know for a fact that even after Orochimaru did everything that he did in the 4th Great Ninja War, the only reason why they let him loose is because they knew they couldn't stop him.
If he got people vouching for him and they're just saying, hear him out, maybe I would. It's different because everybody, even Orochimaru's quote-unquote best friend, was after Orochimaru's head. But you got Sarada, who quote-unquote grew up with Kawaki, who's now all of a sudden distant. And Sumire, who's supposed to have this crush on Kawaki, all of a sudden distant. And Chocho's like, obviously they know what's going on because they're out in the village in public vouching for Boruto. So it's like something has to lead to questions.
Okay, but Uchiha, devil's advocate. Sarada, the daughter of the 2-time traitor Sasuke Uchiha, who betrayed, quote unquote, betrayed the Hokage, his best friend, the guy who got him off, the guy who got him off from the death penalty, and told everyone to trust him. Sumire, the daughter of root ninjas, who was also gonna destroy the village until Naruto gave her a second chance. They don't have. I'm sorry, but they don't have the clout. Naruto doesn't have the clout.
At this very
Sumire doesn't
moment,
have the clout.
at this
Saruto
very moment, we can't like not judging. I mean, like from hindsight, with those two, those were the ones who built the rapport. Yes, but at this very moment, we have Shikamaru, we have Konohamaru, we have Mitsuki, we have Sai, who's now saying like low key, y'all, maybe y'all are jumping too far ahead of yourself. So it's more people than just like
one
that's
hundred
right. The
percent.
history plays into it. I give you
One
that.
hundred percent. But we also gotta look at the timeline because I feel like Mitsuki also doesn't work because Mitsuki is like Kobu even literally said, "You're the son of the infamous Orochimaru." So we have that. Sai is only just now talking in this chapter, and it's not really a defense. He's just giving out like, "Hey, maybe not. Let's not jump into conclusions."
Yeah.
Kobu already hates Shikamaru. That's just personal bias. The elders are also pissed off at Shikamaru for not taking the Hokage position, for being lenient with the Boruto situation. Konohamaru has already been made out to be that idiot who might just being played. So unfortunately, they just don't have that repertoire to counteract Kawaki. Kawaki is that, young lord. The village loves him. The girls adore him. He saved us multiple times. He's been saving us for the last 3 years against Code's claw marks. He's been doing everything he can possibly do to get revenge for his father. So I feel like adding that and adding the daimyo is just hatred to anyone who would harm Naruto. It's just unfortunate. Like we gotta understand that they're gonna be super harsh. Like in their mind, this man is worse than Orochimaru, and Orochimaru is a pretty bad guy still.
I will say that it's a point to like I won't say assume because Kawaki made the one and done announcement, right? At the point where everybody believed he was Naruto's son. Well, not Kawaki, but Ada. Because they have to confirm it with her. Ada was the one who confirmed, like, yeah, Naruto and what's the name are dead, right? So in everyone's well, in the history books and who those who were present in their memories, Boruto, well, in this version, Kawaki went to go confront Boruto before that whole thing happened. They got him caught, and all of that extra stuff happened. So, as far as like Kawaki's own vouch, it doesn't go past like the hidden league. I would say it doesn't, from what we've seen, it doesn't go past the hidden leagues higher ups because he was the one who declared to them, and at the time when Shikamaru was antagonistic towards Boruto, Boruto was the one who probably killed these Jonin. Boruto's here. He's possibly working with Code. So all of that. As far as the connections being made and throughout the interrogations, they're going based off of not only the reports that are coming in from the field, but also their interrogation of this guy Boruto.
Kawaki
so
is
as
the
far as
worst type of
the reason why they're justified, like my entire stance is still like they've come to a very, very incompetent conclusion. But the reason why it's still like so strongly justified in their stance and why they can stand on it is because they got a lot of things right.
But don't
Konohamaru is
forget,
being used. Like Boruto is working with Shikamaru, and some fishy stuff is going down. But it's like you're getting all of these pieces to the puzzle, and then you're placing everything in reverse positions. It's like
but
you're
also
almost there, but not quite.
don't forget Damon's testimony. He makes it seem like that. Yeah, Kaoki was like actively confirming. Yeah, Boruto did kill my quote unquote parents. I mean, he does like lay it out. Like if this is found out, everyone's gonna turn into everyone's gonna turn to Kawaki. Oh, why did you lie? No, if they're alive,
That is true.
Why did you
That's
lie?
why
So Damon,
I wouldn't say we can even rely on whether what type of vouchers come for either Boruto or Kawaki's side, because we understand even with Kawaki, he heard from Boruto himself, like, I'm not pressed about making my father's news. Well, I'm not pressed about making in terms of like I'm me and you're you public. But Boruto don't care about letting people know that Naruto's alive. He don't care about that. As far as like where he's at, he's not gonna tell people that though, and he's not gonna blame it on Kawaki. So in Kawaki's best interest, whether he's attacking Boruto or not, because even if he's attacking him, obviously he's gonna stay silent about the truth. But now that he's not, he still has to stay silent about the truth because it works better for both of them and allows them to operate freely, at least for the time being. And then a lot of it is like a lot of what I'm even arguing is redundant because Boruto himself has his own argument in universe because according to him, he can handle whatever the villagers throw at him, so it doesn't really matter.
But also, don't forget if he does explain it step by step, he does say, "Yo, some people will believe me, and that's gonna cause a war." I mean, like look at Sakura. Sakura doesn't have the clout, but
I'm ready for the war.
She's on Team Boruto, so
you know how I feel.
100%. I do want to see that, but like Boruto does make it seem like it would cause conflict. So this may be the best timeline of Kobu just putting all their hatred to Boruto.
I low-key don't even I think this is probably gonna even stir the war because this is coming. Like I ain't even gonna lie, we didn't even make it past towards the end, so we can continue. But like, because if he's really agreeing, like, yo, Shikamaru's getting removed next chapter, I'm telling you, bro, not everybody's gonna be happy about that, bro. It's gonna
100%.
it's gonna be some conflict. But we can move on because we was on this for a minute though.
100%. So Kobu says,
my last comment on that: if Shikamaru actually does get removed, I'm willing to have the uncomfortable conversations about Sarada, but we could move on.
Oh my goodness, we'll get to that.
All right, Kobu says, make no mistake, it was all a ruse. We've been had, the whole lot of us. Sai remembers Inojin's part in this. So maybe maybe Sai isn't even into that. Maybe he's just protecting Inojin. But anywho, what do you mean when you say we've been had? Do you not understand, Sai Yamanaka? It's Shikamaru, Nara, and Boruto. There are likely others as well, all cooperating behind the scenes to sabotage my interrogation. As for why Shikamaru Nara is cooperating with the traitor, I won't deny the possibility of him being coerced, but the timing of the interrogation is contrarily more than enough evidence to convince me of their ties. Koharu says, how pretentious. If it comes down to this, then our hypothesis that Boruto is in contact with the Shinju suddenly seems much more plausible. Looking at it that way only seems natural. There's also enough evidence to suggest that the possibility that Boruto lured those Shinju to the village. At the present moment, his motives remain enigmatic, but the association alone is enough to make them look guilty. Sai says, just a moment. Is this not all a bit irrational? It's like you're accusing the Hokage of staining his hands with treason. Indeed, that is precisely what I'm intending to do. It should be a fairly logical conclusion. In fact, that's the only one I can come to. The one who released Boruto's restraints and aided in his escape was none other than Shikamaru Nara. There must be concrete proof somewhere. I swear I'll find it. Taking part in assisting a criminal is a serious crime. Of course, the other collaborators are to blame as well, but first, the person at the top needs to take responsibility. I already reported this matter to the daimyo. It's only a matter of time until he gives his consent. Consent? For the current Hokage Shikamaru Nara's dismissal. I proposed it. Forcibly removing the Hokage is special permission only allotted to the daimyo of Fire Country. It depends on finding proof of Shikamaru's treason. Lord Elders, if I have your consent, we'll proceed with his dismissal. Alright, then we cut to Shikamaru. The sensory division says, Lord 8th, this is the sensory unit. There's something strange about the village entry log. What's wrong? A few minutes ago, someone matching Lord Jiraiya's chakra signature entered the village. Can we talk about this?
Quick question. How far is this removed from the Mushi battle?
I think a few days, or like a day or two.
Yeah.
So did Sai not have any conversations with Inojin?
I guess not. I guess he's been busy dealing with Kobu, because the last time we saw Sai, he was with Kobu.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy.
No, I mean, it's still Sai is still trying to protect Inojin regardless, though. Because he still Sai's acting dumb. He's asking genuine questions, but he knows what happened. Nigga, your son was controlling him. That's what happened.
100%. And don't forget, Sai is deflecting. And, he knows that if Shikamaru gets caught, it's a wrap for his son. His son is a war criminal now. His son's a traitor. He's a terrorist now. Like, Koji And Boruto shanghaied him into treason, like it or not.
Yeah, but I feel like the defenses are a little bit too vague. Like hypothetically, if Inojin and Sai actually had a conversation, and Inojin told Sai, "Hey, yeah, I was working alongside Boruto and Kashikoji on the secret top mission, secret on the secret top on this top secret mission." My bad, mission to actually save the Hidden Leaf Village. I'm pretty like Sai should have more defenses on Shikamaru, right?
I mean, he can't go as far as like because Kobu did see what he seen. And Boruto was there. So as far as like his defenses, he was like, yo, Boruto defeated those 6 enemies though. And he saved you. And then that's what their rebuttal was, bro. It's still incompetent, bro. It's like we can't even like I can't blame Sai. I honestly can't.
At the end of the day, it's like what Ada said. If Sai just goes out and says, "Oh wait, no, we can trust Boruto. Boruto's big braiding this,"
Yeah,
they're
he's
just
next
not going to
on the
listen.
list.
They're not going to want to listen. They're not going to take the time to listen to the explanations that the divine trees are an actual threat. All they're going to see is this man killed Naruto. The daimyo wants him dead. We got to kill him. So it's a situation where he can't really say much. He can only really deflect and try to drive the trail off the Shikamaru, even though it's not going to work.
I'm thinking the deflection was a little bit too lukewarm. Like I feel like because we both agree that their conclusions are basically crazy. Like it's pretty much insane. I feel like Sai could have gave multiple different reasons upon why Boruto was able to be there in that specific situation. Why he was potentially able to save Kobu. He probably gave like 5 different reasons on how that was possible.
But here's the question, though.
I don't know. Yeah, it just seems.
But here's the question, though. If Sai is operating under the assumption that Boruto killed Naruto, right? Then why would Sai know about Boruto's motives? What motives could Sai give to Boruto wanting to save Kobu? Kobu, someone who's actively plotting Boruto's death, who's part of the village, who in their mind Boruto already killed the Hokage. There's not a lot of reasons why Sai can give him, and if Sai does give him a reason, if Sai gives Kobu a reason why Boruto saved him, then the headlights turn to Sai. Then Kobu starts asking, why do you know these things? You're also Shikamaru's right-hand man. That actually makes me more suspicious. You're Yamanaka, right?
I feel like they've already discussed how Cold and Boruto are ops with each other. Like they could pretty much make the leap to say, hey, maybe Boruto isn't actually partnering with the Shinju who actually actively tried to kill him before in the past. Maybe he actually maybe he showed up here because this is one of the first times the Shinju actually appeared. Like he could have said multiple. He could have said that. He could have said other things as well. I just feel like that being the only conclusion that Boruto is now working with the Shinju. I feel like Sai could have had some better comebacks, dog.
I feel like it's too risky at this point because there's just too much going on, and if he starts advocating for it, Kobu then draws the question: why are you so gung ho on defending Boruto or looking at it from another point of view? When your whole job is to capture Boruto. Like at the end of the day, Sai's whole thing is, yo, you gotta kill Boruto. You and the Hokage gotta go get Boruto and kill him. That's what the daimyo is currently paying the village for.
This is kind of like mimicking like witch hunting situations where it's like, hey, I believe this person is a witch. Hey, why are you defending the person that I think is a witch?
Exactly.
You must also be a witch. Like
exactly. That's literally it. It's like if Kakashi suddenly went to the 5th Hokage and started defending Orochimaru. Like, yo, don't forget he killed the 3rd Hokage. He killed the 4th Kazekage. He killed a whole bunch of ninja and civilians. Why are you now advocating for it?
Yeah,
but side note,
I just feel like those are small brain conclusions. I could see how they can get there, but I just have to second my guy Black Uchiha. These are incompetent activities.
Yeah, it's just like I'm questioning. Like if I didn't know none of these ninjas, if I never heard of a Sarada or a Damon or a Kawagi, I'd have been like, yeah, this is an incompetent village with these incompetent leaders, and these are the conclusions. You would have just give me 5 pieces of the puzzle. Like just 5 pieces of them. I don't even need to know as much as them. Just give me 5 pieces of what I need to know that includes Boruto and this Shinju, and give me 3 other pieces around that. Like in terms of what's going on, I guarantee you, even then, I wouldn't be like Boruto is collaborating.
See, it just goes back to the clout. It just goes back. Would you trust an Uzumaki or would you trust an Uchiha in the Hidden Leaf Village? That if you're a regular civilian, who are you trusting? An Uchiha or an Uzumaki?
but my thing is, even if you believe that Boruto did actually do the things that he was doing, like the Shinju are a completely different threat. Like this is completely different. Like even if I think, let's say take out Boruto, let's say Madara is in Boruto's situation. Like, would it be crazy to think that Madara would be opposing the Shinju? Like, it wouldn't be crazy.
Like, I mean, you're just basically adding to the fact that the daimyo is just a regular human. The daimyo doesn't care. I mean, the daimyo.
Nah. The old niggas used to be ninjas. They just as incompetent. They coming up with even more incompetent answers.
But we gotta remember, what did the elders say? They're carrying out the daimyo's will. The daimyo isn't a ninja. Nah. Their thoughts about it is irrelevant. Now, of course, they also want Naruto. They
got the same thoughts. Nah, they got the same.
Yeah, 100%.
We can't let you get that.
But even if they wanted to, they can't do anything. That's all.
You can't even say if. It's not even if, because they're not.
Yeah, it's because they're like not
100%. It's still incompetence for them on that side. 100%. Like Kobu's one thing, because like you say, he's a human. All of that makes sense with the information he's got. Oh my goodness, bro! But these old niggas is so stupid. Like I just can't stand how stupid they are, bro.
You also gotta remember, technically the Hokage outranks them. So if Shikamaru can't even sway the daimyo, what are the elders gonna do at the end of the day? At the end of the day, they're just doing their job. Like even if the Koharu said, "Yo, we should work with Boruto," all the daimyo's gonna do is say, "Yo, get out of my office right now." Like at the end of the day, that's just the daimyo.
But here's why I can't let you get that off. The daimyo is essentially clueless in regards to the happenings in the Hidden Leaf Village. So for everyone to just be moving off of what the daimyo believes, I feel like it's kind of backwards. The daimyo should be moving off of what his advisor tell him about what's happening in the Hidden Leaf Village, not just
and his advisor is Kobu. His advisor is Kobu. That's the thing. The elders are just the subordinates. At the end of the day, the daimyo has his own council, he has his own elders, and he has his right-hand man, Kobu. At the end of the day, the village is on Kobu, is on the daimyo's payroll. If the daimyo wishes it, the daimyo's gonna get it. I mean, even look back to part 1 Naruto. The sand daimyo. The sand daimyo cut the sand's budget. Instead of the sand trying to off the daimyo, they said, "Yo, let's go murk the leaf and show the daimyo that we're built different, so we can actually get paid." Like the daimyo has a crazy amount of political sway. It doesn't matter if you're like planetary level, you want the bread. The daimyo has bread. The daimyo has the money. The daimyo pays your paychecks.
It's just justifying even more why they're coming to these incompetent conclusions. That I still can't I understand what you're saying, but that doesn't erase the fact that it's still an incompetent conclusion. Like under the rules in the world of omnipotence, it's a very, very incompetent conclusion. And even understanding, omnipotence is casted, we know is obviously an incompetent conclusion. But like even under the world of omnipotence, I'm like, this is the best idea that y'all could come up with. Like the best possible idea. Like
and the whole thing with Kobu being like the main mans to daimyo, it's like he doesn't even have hands. It's like, what if he just gets put in a genjutsu one day? It's just cooked for the daimyo now. It's just daimyo's now being led astray by essentially getting flour.
If we're going off of the politics and the bread and the stats, like you're saying, Ryzen, and I'm the daimyo, shit. Fuck what you saying about Shikamaru, because the reports are saying he just came back with 3 successful missions back to back to back. So Code invaded the village, got his ass up out of there. Okay, we lapsed on capturing Boruto, but we was able to get back crucial intel and save the Kage of another village in the Sand Village and got a Shinju ass up out of there. Boom. And we defended the village and we got Mamushi ass up out. Like he had 3 successful missions regardless of the details in between.
But see, Uchiha, you're looking at it.
As someone from outside. No, I'm looking as someone from outside, like in the daimyo's perspective. Okay, understanding the whole entire situation with Naruto, but still, these are the results that Shikamaru is producing as the Hokage.
But see, Uchiha,
My conclusion isn't to fire the nigga, and my conclusion definitely isn't that like, oh, Boruto got to be working with like my main thing is with like the arguments are held against the daimyo side and Kobu. I understand that, but I'm saying like the elders because they're the one who even presented the ideas. Like, yo, he's possibly working with the Shinju. You know, regardless of how much power or clout their words say, it's still like in regards to feeding into the narrative because if Kobu's already in coming in with the mindset of what he's gonna do, and there's certain words being said that is backing his mindset, he's going to adhere to those words more, especially if they're not antagonistic towards what he wants to say. Just as we see, he's quick to shut down side when he's like, yo, but Boruto was able to take down those enemies. But nah, I ain't trying to hear none of that. And then as soon as the elders start talking, they're able to go on the whole soliloquy about, oh, hypothetically, what if Boruto's working with me? Like, he wants to hear all that. It sounds like music to his ears because it's just feeding him more stuff that he can work around.
because that's how you get the budget. Because we look at it through a level head. We're looking at it like ninjas. The daimyo's not a ninja. He's operating off of emotion. We've seen the last incarnation of the daimyos. Remember back in Naruto, all those daimyos didn't care. They cared about their card games. They cared about their houses. They cared about their money. Even when the world was ending, even when they were doing the fourth great ninja war, they treated it like some sort of game or some sort of thing that they couldn't be bothered with. Like, that's just who the daimyo are. The only reason Naruto was able to do so much is because the current daimyo messed with him so much. Now the daimyo is just enraged. Don't forget, a lot of his council hated Naruto. This is music to their ears. This is them getting money back from the leaf. This is them shedding the leaf. This is them swaying the daimyo. Hey, yo, daimyo, your man's not avenging your best friend. Yo, go do something. Yo, this looks bad on you. They're disrespecting your authority. Like, at the end of the day, the daimyo has one single goal, and that's to bring Boruto to justice, and that overshadows everything else. The elders are not going to go against the daimyo.
That's incompetent then.
That is incompetence. But that's literally politics. That's literally bureaucracy. You're gonna deal with incompetent people. The only one who could sway the daimyo was Naruto. Take Naruto out of the equation, suddenly the village doesn't matter as much if they can't give him his results. Daimyo doesn't care about saving the world.
Why is it incompetence?
Because he even says it. He even says, "Yo, you guys can't capture a measly rogue ninja." And we gotta remember, Boruto at this point is the quote unquote Hokage killer. So if he can kill Naruto, that means he is on a level that no other ninja other than Kawaki supposedly can stand up against.
I'm saying free game. The reason I said their conclusion is incompetent because with the pieces that's been laid on the board for Kobu and the elders, right? Their conclusion is to fire Shikamaru and declare that Boruto is colliding with the Shinju in order to get something from the Hidden Leaf Village, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's an incompetent conclusion to come towards and the definite, because from there, he's just waiting on a say-so from the daimyo. We already know the daimyo's going to say yeah. So, like, looking at it like without like even you're like that's the whole point. Like, I understand they're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. Oh, we gotta avenge Boruto. They already have an answer in their head, an answer that they're not happy or settled with, but they're not willing to explore the other opportunities that are being not even presented, shoved in their freaking faces. But all of that aside, it's incompetent because you have Shikamaru in his current stint as Hokage with 3 successful missions, one including the savior and recapture of the of a Kage of another village, right? You got Conqueror's word and his people to vouch for and all of the stuff that's going on.
All right.
So 3 successful missions. Code invaded the village with the Claw Grimes chapter 1, got him out of there, no casualties, minimum damage to the village. You go to the sand. I'm saying you save another Kage, you save political relations, you do all of that, and you take care of two antagonistic forces in the Shinju. So boom.
Yeah.
And then you defend your own village with
Wait,
no
Uchiha.
casualties. I'm saying this is the reports on the desk. So regard all of that. No casualties, minimal damage to the village, and the enemy has been defeated and declared no longer alive. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Right.
Uchiha.
All of that under Shikamaru's thing. So I'm not saying as far like the interrogation, getting more out of him, that's cool. Right. They're trying to arrest the nigga, and first of all, they're firing him. So that's already where you're wrong at. Cause I don't know anybody else who can produce these type of results. Right. And then resting on the whole entire fact that, oh, is Boruto this, Boruto that. We had Boruto in our clutches. And even before and after that, Boruto has showcased everybody. Like, y'all can't rock with him. So it don't matter. And he's not even trying to do nothing crazy. And it's not like he's pushing it in y'all faces. Yeah, I killed the hook. Nah, he's like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, gang. Hokage alive. Y'all might just want to listen to what I have to say. I'm willing to work with y'all if y'all willing to, but that's up to y'all. I'm out. Boom. So I'm just saying, with all of that laid on the table, they came to a very, very incompetent conclusion,
Hey, Uchiha,
regardless of their emotions.
quick question. Is this not Boruto leading his Shinju army to Ada?
Nah,
And, and,
that's
and,
literally Boruto luring all of these people away. And yeah, it
and
looks
him
like he's
giving
talking to them, and he's like, yeah, oh. But at this point, where's he even at in the sky? Because we know he drew all of them outside of the village, and then he was flying and waiting on direction. So at this point, they're terrorizing the village. Boruto's already been seen fighting these motherfuckers, right? So when he's flying through the village, it looks like, oh, they're all after him. They're just going towards him.
see, I feel like we're forgetting something that technically the story might justify Kobu, but I'll get to that in later in the chapter. But I find it funny that the Century Division is on top of things in Shikamaru's era, but not on Naruto's, because they weren't watching the logs. They didn't like the first time Koji broke into the village. No one noticed that Jiraiya was in the village, quote unquote. But here, they're on top of things. Funny enough, what's the thoughts on that?
Learn from your past mistakes. I'll look at it.
But Shikamaru says Kashin Koji, what on earth? A similar case involving a Kara member has been previously confirmed, and the possibility of an enemy raid is a matter of concern. Copy that. Let's keep this case classified and take care of this ourselves. Where is he right now? And then we have Koji waking up, and he is trapped.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my guy Amato. I underestimated him. You guys pretty much let me know in one of the previous podcasts that Amato probably knows all the tricks and stuff that Kashikoji could probably do, so he'll probably be completely restrained. So yeah, like, that was an understatement of the year.
This guy Amato is different, bro. I don't trust him at all. I don't think he's trying to revive his daughter, bro.
I mean, how you go first, Bara?
I was just saying, Amato was pulling tactics in this particular chapter. That's why I don't know if I could fully trust him. Like, for example, he upgraded Amato. And I keep on confusing their names, but he upgraded Kashin Koji and then pivoted directly to his daughter. Like, oh, by the way, after I explained to you how I upgraded you and made you safer, like now my daughter. Like that right there, my personal opinion. Like the whole upgrading thing was a tactic. It wasn't because he's a quote unquote good parent or has parental instincts. No, it was a bargaining chip.
Nah, it was definitely. It was not even nice. It's not even just about it being a bargaining trip. Because if you look deeper, it's like, how did you even know to do what you did? And according to Kashin Koji, he was like, "Yo, Ada, like, look at what he did to me an hour." It's like it's only been an hour since the last chapter, and he was able to do all that and figure out all of that. All right, I know he's smart, but it's like, come on now, G, come on, bro. You telling me you just heard of this ability? You just heard of this ability, and then you figured out how to shorten the interval in terms of somehow to make it so convenient to where you, hey, man, I ain't even trying to. I ain't even trying to.
Nah, yeah, we ain't buying it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to it once we catch up. Free antibiotic views.
All right, so he says the jutsu stealing handcuffs. I won't be able to use my frogs either. Amado says, I'm surprised to find that against an opponent such as Ishiki Otsutsuki, we're able to stay alive. Well done.
Ishiki.
Long time no see, Kashin Koji. I hope you don't resent me too badly. Koji says, in regards to that mission, I was already prepared for my fate and understood my role. For me to resent you would be illogical. Well, good then. I'm surprised you're still living, but I'm also quite interested in that Shinjutsu of yours, 10 Paths. The power to foresee all possible futures, irregular compulsory occurring updates that allow you to view new visions of the future. That's my understanding of it. You said your last update was 4 days ago, right? That was before the battle with Mamushi. I became aware of the existence of 10 paths during this battle for the first time, then I thought up of this plan. In other words, this is a newly formed future. Before 4 days ago, these developments were completely unknown. This seems to be the biggest vulnerability of 10 paths, in other words, the blind spots in your predictions, thinking that it's over and all went according to plan. Don't get overconfident, Kashin Koji. You're too... I don't know how to say that word, Pangolosic. To think you'd be so bold, Amado. What is your goal? You'll find this out through Ada's archive later on, so I'll be honest with you now. I tampered a bit with your brainwaves. Dude just says it so casually.
I don't even know if I believe that right there. Of course, Ada is likely going to tell Kashin Koji what's going on, but there's a possibility that Amado's banking on that interval between him actually telling, or Ada actually telling Kashin Koji specifically what happened. And later on in this chapter, Ada doesn't even tell, but we'll get to it. But she doesn't even tell him. So I feel like he could just be banking on this interval right here.
Or the fact that she don't even know what literally like any science is much. So she would just be like, oh yeah, he just did the science stuff to mess with your brainwaves. Whole time the science stuff that he did is something whole nefariously different than we were led to believe.
100%.
Koji says, what? You're just so
he's about to crash right there.
Don't start hating me just yet. I apologize for being a bit rough with you, but listen, I'm not your enemy. The only reason you're restrained was for my safety. I just want to be able to have a leisurely conversation with you. Your leisure will depend on the contents of our talk. What on earth did you do? The information brought about by 10 Paths will no doubt be advantageous to us. Just like how I exploited them this time, your vulnerabilities will continue to pose a danger. The problem is the time interval between one update and the next. If I can shorten that even just a little bit, you'll be able to get more accurate information on the latest future even faster and stay out of danger. At least that's what I was thinking. I am the parent who created you after all. Chalk it up to me having a parent's heart. I can get behind that. Man, dude did that snake 180.
Hell yeah.
100%. I just don't believe it.
Oh yeah, pulling at his heartstrings.
Dude
At
said
this point, if we still all believe Amato, he got you. He got your ass in omnipotence too.
In regards to what though, dude? Are we saying
what if he's Koji's granddad?
I don't believe him. I don't believe it's just about his daughter, bro. That's what I'm saying this in regards to. I don't even believe it's his daughter. I don't know. At this point, it's still free of Kebi Otsutsuki, but like I don't even know what I don't know what's going on with him, bro. I really don't know. And I don't trust him. If I don't know what's going on with you, I don't know what you're thinking. If I don't know what you're thinking, that means I don't like you.
What if he's Jiraiya's grandpa?
That's cap.
I mean, technically, Jiraiya was older than Amado.
Yeah, he would have to have been.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if
Amato's just getting,
right?
Yeah, I'm about to say if he's just getting old.
Well, are we putting
Jiraiya was pushing 50 in part 1, Naruto.
Or he was Jiraiya's son. Because Jiraiya was out there.
Because we gotta remember, Akabi is like 3 years older than Naruto. So like she was 24 when she died. That would put Naruto at about 21. So Amado would be closer to Minato's age, if not like someone like Hiyashi's age. That's still younger than Jiraiya.
I don't know, bro. I think when Ada peered into Amato's past, he tampered with whatever she saw to go
But like I
coincide
said,
with
he
what
could
he said.
be his.
You said he could be
But
what?
like Jiraiya was a Rolling Stone, bro. Jiraiya was a Rolling Stone. He was out there. He was getting all the cheeks he can. So you can't say he ain't got no like son out there that he ain't know about. And maybe that's Kashikoji. I mean, not Kashikoji. Sorry, it's Amato. That's just a stretch. Just a little.
Even if he's his son, it's still nefarious. Like, nah, the nigga's still up to. They don't change the fact. Like, nah, he's up to something, bro. He's up to something crazy, and I don't like it.
I just think he's a concerned father.
Koji never knew. Yeah, stop that. Isn't it more? Did we? Because I had to cut out several times. Did we already go over the Kiwi Day?
No, we go. It's right here. Yeah.
All right, he says, so you can make the time interval between updates go by faster? Probably. Okay. It was an ultrasound-based procedure. Don't worry, there's no external injuries. In other words, your brain has simply become more active than it was before. This is nothing more than reassurance, really. But in my own way, I wanted to do what I could to help you. Koji, take a look at that. It's a clone of my daughter, Akabi. The karma I gave Kawaki contains her memories and genetic information. If Kawaki carves his karma into that, it should completely revive my daughter based on that data. He uses the same method of reincarnation as the Otsutsuki. Can we talk about how her hypothetical karma is in the same spot as the Byakugo seal? She got her own Byakugo seal right now.
When the Kebi come back, she finna wreck-ish, and I'm finna be here for it. You know what I'm saying? Bigger Kebi Otsutsuki. Shout out Delta. Forever Delta. The only way I'm gonna go against a Kebi is if we gotta sacrifice Delta to bring a Kebi. Because if we do that, it's all guns pointed straight to Amato and a Kebi. I'm burning down the whole family. But
great. But it's kind of interesting, Rising. You said it's like in the Byakugo seal spot and not Jigen's karma spot. Or actually, never mind. Jigen's karma spot was on the chin. Never mind. You got it. You got it.
It's funny because we did get that Byakugo seal talk years ago, and we never like touched upon that. Because I think Boruto and Mitsuki were going to Tsunade to talk to her about it, but then Jigen showed up, so we never got that intel on it.
What didn't they? I could have sworn Sakura shot it down or something like that, right?
Nah, she didn't. All Mitsuki said was that it was a jutsu that was from the time of the Sage of Six Paths. That's all we got from it. Then they were gonna go to Tsunade, I think, and I can pull up the chapter right now. But
that was after. But then Jigen pulled up,
yeah,
and then they started running towards the house. Yeah.
So that plot point never got answered. So it depends on whether Ikamoto will bring that back or not.
Yeah, true. Do you think the karma patterns would change? Like hypothetically, if she actually does go into like the karma seal state, would she still have the patterns on her forehead, or it'll just be a dot?
I feel like since Ikamoto went out of his way to show us this hypothetical, that this will be her karma design, in my opinion.
Yeah, we just got to see how it spreads, like on her arms and stuff.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of all right on the forehead. I guess it just.
I mean, it makes sense because it's kind of overlapping her brain in like a Brainiac sort of way, and you're trying to bring her soul back, her mind back.
Yeah,
so it could.
That also, yeah, that's true. So she might have something like similar to Boruto, where like she has a big mark on like her chest or like on her sternum or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we have Amano saying, "Tell me, Koji, have you ever seen a future where Kawaki carves that data onto Akabi's clone?" I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen it even once. And we kind of talked about this last part where I said, yo, they're going to make it vague. It's either not going to happen or it's going to be in a weird way. Because, if Kawaki never gets the chance to place the karma on her, then you got to deal with the Shinju first.
Yeah.
He even says that 10 Paths gives me the ability to store all future developments inside my brain as memories. That is why I can say with confidence there has never been a future where that has come to pass. And every future juror appears without fail, and he almost always kills Kawaki.
Dang.
Yeah, and then I remember we was talking and you said that like only reason why he hasn't gotten that is because we haven't got rid of the Shinju.
Yeah, because if you're still going into death, like, oh yeah, we have 100% chance of dying in every future unless we make some changes. That means he can't see what's just not
Right.
physically possible. Like right now, it's
Right.
just not physically possible for
Yeah.
Kawaki to put the karma
What?
on Akabi. Just like how it's not
Well,
physically possible for Omnipotence to get undone right now.
well, I would say they did. He did say there were. Well, he didn't say this, but there were futures where Kawaki didn't die, and still Akibi didn't have the karma.
But see, he never said he didn't die. He just said in almost every future, it's Jura who kills Kawaki. In other futures, there could be other people who kill Kawaki. For all we know, Momoshiki could kill
It was Code who
Kawaki.
killed Kawaki in the past
Yeah.
futures. In the other futures, Code kills Kawaki.
So in hindsight, it might not be Jura always killing Kawaki, but it's always Kawaki put in a position where he's never gonna revive. Akabi.
It's literally, it's not that it's physically impossible, because it's possible
He
for
just won't
Kawaki
do
to
it.
do it right now. It's just that in every future, Kawaki has already told you, like, I'm not gonna do it until I deal with Jura, and he's gonna have to try to deal with Jura. And every time he tries, eventually one time he ends up dying.
I don't know. I feel like I get where you guys are coming from, and to be honest, I even believe that at first. But like, I'm starting to believe, because for example, it could very well be possible that in every single future, Kawaki dies no matter what. So of course, Akibi won't necessarily be able to be brought back. But it's like there are those outside possibilities, because of course, Kaji and Koji barely even talked about anyone else killing Kawaki. Well, he didn't. He didn't talk about anyone else killing Kawaki. It's just we know for a fact there are futures where, at least we're not saying that Kawaki doesn't die, but there are futures where the Shinjus are no longer available. I feel like him kind of leaving that door open, especially the writers kind of leaving that door open.
Well,
I mean, that just
he did say that the thin rope Boruto is trying to walk, in terms of like, if you wanted to save Sasuke, it's a slim future, but there's a future where you could save Sasuke and kill Jura. That's the only future, but that's all we know about that future, is that Sasuke is saved and Jura is killed. That's all.
But if he kills his Shinju, then Kawaki would give his karma soul to Akibi. That's the future you saw. Unless
that was like what's the name though? I mean, Koji told Boruto that future. That was like, what, at this point? That was 2 years ago when he saw that future.
Yes, that future is most likely gone right
Yeah,
now.
like that future then got snuffed out, because I ain't gonna say it got snuffed out, because they're still trying to operate in terms of reaching that future, but in terms of like the steps that they probably saw to get to that future, it's changed over 1 million times.
But even then, even if we remove Jura out of the equation, I mean that still leaves Boruto. I mean, like they didn't have to have a future where he kills Boruto, because if we remember chapter 18, he says, use any means, whether scientific or otherwise, to make me stronger beyond all limits. Divine trees, code, and Boruto. You'll only reunite with your daughter after I slaughter them all.
I know he did say that, but low key, I think Ikimoto's trying to backtrack and make it easy, because next time Kawaki talks about it, he's like, I told you I'm not reviving her until after I deal with the Shinju, and he just left it at that. So I don't know what Ikimoto wants to do.
I mean, that could just be the immediate threat, but like, even I don't want to spoil it until we get to the end of the chapter, but I feel like he's still gonna want Boruto dead, especially after near future circumstances.
Kawaki?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But going back to the chapter, Amado says, thank you, I understand. I'm glad I was able to talk with you directly. I'm looking forward to the next update to see what future our current reality has created. Shikamaru comes in, he says, damn it, Amado, that bastard changing up the code on me again.
Boy, locked him out.
We pivot back to Boruto. He sees Koji's missing, then Koji just pops right back up. Boruto says, hey, what's going on? What happened? Well, we'll talk in a second. Inojin, that scared me. What is it? Then we pivot to Ada. Can we just talk about how, man, if I thought Ada was changing, screw her. I need her dead again. Yo, Mamushi should have got that win.
Wait, what? Why y'all hating on Ada? Niggas just be hating. Cause y'all trying to exploit. They trying to exploit her power day in and day out. Sometimes a nigga be tired.
I mean, they saved her. I mean, they just came out of a whole mission saving her. Like, it wasn't too long ago that she was crying over her mom when she smelled.
And it's not like she said no, though. It's not like she said no. She's just like, yo, you come on the phone first thing is like, yo, hurry up and check. I'm like, dang, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Even though if I would have did it still, I
was watching my soaps. What are you talking about? I was watching baddies.
She out here living rent free.
Bro, she was watching baddies, bro.
What if someone call your phone, right? They like, as soon as you answer, Ryzen, right? As soon as you be like, hello, they be like, yo, go ahead and make me a thumbnail right quick with Boruto Ada on it. Hurry up. Just give me I just need it 15 more minutes. Even if you was willing to do it, you'd have been like, all right, bro, hold on.
But see, a thumbnail is not the end of the world being at stake.
That is true. But in terms of their common stakes, like how many, out of the last 14 days, how many of those days was the end of the world at stake? So it's just
I don't know. Day. I mean, if it wasn't for Koji and Boruto, she'd be dead right now. She'd be a tree right now.
Bro, so, and even more of a reason for her to watch her baddies, bro. Let us just finish this episode.
All she asked for was the P word. She said, just say please. Like, yeah, I ain't saying no. Just say please.
I mean, will she be talking like that if omnipotence is hypothetically reversed? What if she loses her powers and, the village wants their reparations? They say, yo, you're going to prison. The shit you put us through. What then?
We're going to have to see how that will operate. I still want Ada to mature a little bit mentally. She's one of my after Boruto and Sarada, honestly, she's my favorite character. So I want her to mature a little bit mentally. So I can't say for sure, but if you were to strip her of her power right now, it'll all hell break loose. She's too reliant on it right now. She's too reliant.
But anywho, he calls Ada. He says, Ada, it's me, Kashin Koji. Do you copy as well, Shikamaru? Yeah, I copy. What on earth happened? What was Amado scheming? I'll explain everything now. Ada, I want you to look at what Amado did to me about an hour ago. Hey, would it kill you to be a little less pushy? Like, seriously, lay off. Ada, this is important. Only you can. And then he gets cut off. He gets his prescience update. Koji, hey, what's wrong? One just started. A 10 paths update. Amado's listening in, so I guess we can deduce his newest modification is just having effect. Those trackers on Koji too. We cut to Sarada and Boruto. Koda's targeting me. Sarada, actually, I want you to let him capture you. During our battle against Mamushi, Code quietly left claw marks all over the village. He can appear anytime he wants. He'll likely take you straight to their base, but don't worry, using those symbols I have, I'll fly right to you. It'll be easier for him to appear where there aren't many people. So she's going. Code starts looking. Koji is seeing everything. He sees Hidari, he sees Boruto, he sees Koji. He sees one of Sarada's earrings.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw that because I was looking for the panel because I saw someone mention it. I was like, where is that? But yeah, the earrings.
It would be interesting if for a backup plan, he did put his chakra into one of her earrings. Because remember, I don't want to believe that this is a throwaway line, but if we go back to the last chapter, he specifically tells Sarada. Let's see, where is it? He says, sensing my chakra is harder if you're still holding them. So if they did cut this conversation out so we don't see it, and he put his chakra into one of her earrings, Code possibly wouldn't have been able to sense it. So who knows? I mean, we know at some point Boru just gotta go there. So if this is potentially Sarada holding her earring and about to throw it, that could be the backup.
It's just cold. I don't know. He just came in this chapter. Well, we got to get to that part, but it's just a weird ability because I don't know. It works like a sensing, but is it magnetic? Because it's is it drawn to the metal object? So I don't know what he did.
But Code shows up.
Sensor type of thing.
We see more prescience. We see Konohamaru. We see Moegi. We see.
Are you showing it on the? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to switch back.
2.5. Let's delve into the previous prescience because I gotta go through this real quick. So, quick question: do we believe that these are chronological? Because it
Nah,
couldn't be.
nah.
Because
Because if you look at it, it's like the way they're presenting it is like these reels show themselves in a circular motion, and Koji is just standing in the middle, and he's able to
Mhm.
just watch infinite amounts of reels. So I just feel like each of them is its own future, and it's just like he's seeing them. Like,
Yeah, because like
oh
we're only really seeing snippets, but he's seeing the whole movie all at once.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like we have like this little tree thing, which is probably the base. We have Hidari
got it.
doing the Sasuke Itachi motion. We have Jura cooking something up or whatever. We go
you guys
down.
brought up the fact that, and I didn't necessarily notice this before, but we'll probably see it in a couple minutes. But you guys brought up the fact that Jiro was having some tea and probably some ramen with Shikamaru.
Yeah, it was in the next one though.
Do you think this could be like the precursor to that? Like, do you think it's the same scene?
100. I think so. I mean, it would have to be what Jura wants to talk about. For all we know, he could be negotiating, like wanting to talk more. Actually, hang on. Now I'm interested. Like we think it's Shikamaru, but what if it's Shikadai? Ironically enough.
Why would it be Shikadai? Why would it be
I mean, if we go back a couple chapters, he was talking to Shikadai.
It could be anybody. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, he's cut off, so we don't know. I can't fully tell if it's Shikamaru. For all we know, it could also be Shikadai. Shikadai hasn't been getting any love lately, so it might be his turn. Who knows? But let me see what Jura said real quick to Shikadai.
It's not
It's
necessarily
still
too
like some food. He
memorable.
still got some food. It's like he's showing him some food or something. I don't know.
Imagine if they were actually discussing food. No,
I mean,
It looks like most of these visions is like even with the last one, if you go back to when he had that prescience back in chapter 24, not all of them, but I guess you can say all of them. It's like we low key did see all of the futures, I guess played out differently, but I guess it's Ikimoto's way of showing us what's about to happen within the next arc. Because we saw the Mamushis, we saw the Kawaki with the karma, we saw him stabbing Jura, we saw the Boruto pulling up, we saw all of that stuff. And now with this one, it's like Cole getting the drop on Sarada was one of those reels in the first presence, and we see within the scene like he got the drop on Sarada. Exactly as how
Did
like
did
Tasha Cody
she
was.
activate her Mangekyo?
I
Yeah,
mean, we haven't got to that part yet, so
Oh shit, my bad.
but real quick, I found a little chapter 11. Jura says, "A wise decision, Shikadai Nara. I shall remember your name. Let's meet again someday." So it might be possible. I mean, it's cut off, so I can't tell if it's Shikadai or Shikamaru. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Shikamaru.
yeah, that 100% makes me start leaning towards Shikadai. Yeah,
But,
that's crazy.
but
But-
we see Moegi too. We see more Kobo and Konohamaru and stuff.
And you know, Moegi is Shikadai's sensei. So Moegi's there. Yo, it might be Shikadai, low key.
I think a lot's about to happen with it. Yeah, and then it's low. It like this shit is already telling us based off of this in the last questions on the previous page. It's already telling us what's gonna happen in these next few chapters. Like, yeah, Cole finna get the drop on Sarada, take her to the hideout, and she's finna confront Hadari by herself. Like that's literally what it's telling us. And Boruto is about to be enraged, and somehow, some way, Momoshiki is gonna take over, and that's gonna be when he's fighting Jura. Like I'm pretty sure that's what's about to happen.
But here's the thing that I don't understand. If Cole's plan is to kidnap Sarada and bring her to the hideout, you're essentially losing your bait, right? Like she's going to be packed up in T minus 30 seconds.
But see, here's his plan. He wants the divine trees to use them as bait for Boruto, so they have an incentive to keep her alive for a little while, at least until Boruto shows up.
Though, because low key, that's Hidari's target. Low key, yeah. I mean, it's a lapse in Cole's plan because it's like, even if you did sense the pins, you would have left it. Because the whole point, Because I'm even questioning the plan. Because I'm like, Boruto, you just want to pull up on Jura? Like, are you sure that's the wisest thing right now? So, like, if I'm cold, if I sense the pins on Sarada, I ain't gonna be like, I know what you planning. Nah, bitch, yeah, helping me out. Thank you. Yeah, because the whole point is to get Boruto here. So if I get you here, that's the easiest way.
But
Yeah.
don't forget, they would want Boruto to show up on their terms. I mean, if Boruto just pops up, for all they know, he could kill Hidari off guard just like he did Moegi or Matsuri. Then boom, that's Sasuke back. So if they know Boruto's coming, or if they set up a meeting point, they can now prepare instead of just like, oh yeah, we're chilling at the hideout, we're reading our books, we're having our Hidari and Jura book club. Suddenly Boruto just pops in, decapitates Hidari, takes that Thorn Soul, pops back out, and just dips.
Yeah, I would just assume Juro might be too fast for that, but that is a good question. Like, hypothetically, if Boruto does like do what he did in the I think it's like the second chapter, it's either chapter 2 or 3, where he actually does pull up to that dimension, but then is allowed to escape. I feel like that could be detrimental to where Hidari is now in danger. Because if Boruto, I feel like Boruto currently is a bit stronger, and he potentially has a bit more information on the Shinju. I feel like he could, back in those first couple chapters, he could have took one of those guys out and then just dipped.
I mean, we just have to see, because right now, we see the return of Borushiki for the most part. And a while back, I said this kind of justifies Kobu, because it seems like he's going on a rampage in the village. We see Leaf Jonin in the background. We see Himawari. I think that might even be Damon here in the corner. And we see Kawaki going into his V2 Karma state. Like, we see the horn kind of pop out. So it seems like things are gonna get real. So I wonder if this is Boruto's thumbscrew moment, where he just goes on a complete rampage, because Koji snaps out of it. Boruto says Koji, and then he tells Boruto, listen calmly and carefully to what I have to say. Like, do we think this might be the moment where he actually just snaps? Because it feels like if he teleported to Sarada immediately, this shouldn't be happening in the village. It seems like initially I thought he was like hurt in this little scene, but maybe he just snapped. Like, it seems like he's just fully depressed now.
I don't. Here's my thing, and I feel like this is probably like one of my like coldest takes, one of my most unpopular opinions. I've been saying this for a couple months now. I don't think that Boruto and Kawaki should be afraid of Jura, especially since they recently gotten their power ups. And of course, now that we understand that both, I guess, Boruto from the beginning, but now Kawaki been making certain moves that kind of makes him one of the singularities. Before this update that Kashin Koji got, I feel like Boruto and Kawaki have been through multiple different power ups that Kashin Koji just hasn't seen yet. So I feel like after this chapter, he could potentially just say, "Hey, Boruto and Kawaki, they could potentially defeat Juro, but probably not actually kill him." Like, that wouldn't be far fetched.
And that's possible 100%, especially because we're seeing Kawaki's potential full power now. He's going into his V2 Karma form to potentially combat Momoshiki. But I wonder how this will turn out, because you have Himawari potentially on the battlefield now. You have Leaf Jonins, who in their mind, it's just them being validated that Boruto's a monster. Boruto's going on a rampage. He's destroying the village. In their mind, this isn't Momoshiki. This is Boruto. So going back to Uchiha's statement, we might
that's if
get
he's
that.
really either. I look, because I'm still thinking like he's probably confronting Jura when he's doing this. I don't even think that's in the village. I just think that's like a whole separate panel.
But see, here's the problem though. We see the Leaf Jonin in the background.
I'm saying, but that's like a whole separate, like, because the reel that Boruto is in when he's Borushiki, like, he's in that reel, that squirrel by himself. It's not like they're in the same thing with him.
But we do see this real opposite of Kawaki, where we do see Borushiki right here in that same kind of vein, in that same tape. I mean, why else? Why else would Kawaki go into V2 right now and kind of imply that he's gonna go face off against Momoshiki?
Well, you'd assume that they'd be resonating off of each other, but in a situation like this, I wouldn't necessarily just assume it'd be in the Hidden Leaf Village and they're going against Leaf Jonah or something like that. And especially in a situation like this, where Momoshiki and Boruto have agreed that they'd work together, I'd feel like they're maybe, if this is a situation like this, they'd be teaming up against maybe Hidari, maybe Jura. Because I feel like Boruto right now, he's probably going to try to make a beeline to the hideout. And if Kawaki understands, especially if Kashin Koji gets a hold of Kawaki, there's a good chance that Kawaki has to follow him.
I mean,
and they get into that standoff.
I guess we just have to see, because like looking from Koji's reactions, he doesn't want Boruto to fly off the rails. Like he even says, "Yo, stay calm as I am about to tell you this. Like, don't freak out." The decoy play with so it makes him seem like, oh shit, I don't need this. I don't want this to happen. I don't want Borushiki to happen.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I could be wrong, but from seeing Himawari,
that's also true. It's probably maybe
from seeing Himawari, who like Himawari wouldn't be in Jura's base like right now. Seeing Himawari, seeing potentially that being Damon, seeing the Leaf Jonin, seeing Kawaki get serious, and seeing 2 panels of Borushiki, I don't know. It just makes me feel like, don't forget. Jura is either talking to Shikamaru or Shikadai, meaning he's in the village, meaning that Boruto might not even be able to go to that hideout right now if Jura's popping into the village.
So and his eyes in the next one. I don't know, because it's just so many random. That's why I feel like it's so scattered. Because if you go to the second page, down one. It's like his eye is there. Well, go up. Well, yeah, he's in that shot. That's not the shot I was talking about. But go back down. Jura's there again in that shot. It's like he's in a different spot. That's the first spot, and then you go up. It's like when we see his eye, like in one of the corners or something like that.
I mean, hell, he might leave Hidari with Sarada and hightail it to the Leaf Village, because for I was gonna say, for Code's plan to work, for them to use Sarada as leverage, they have to negotiate. For them to negotiate, Jura has to go to the Leaf Village. And he might talk to Shikamaru or Shikadai or whoever, say, yo, we have your Uchiha right here. We will give her back to you if you bring us Boruto Otsutsuki. So, from what I can see, there's a strong possibility that, hell, maybe the earring doesn't work at all, and it's not a thing. We can't reach Sarada right now, so we're stuck in the village.
It's still confusing. I think it's either it's a weak not a weak, but it may be an attempt to show like, oh, maybe something happened to Sarada. We know nothing from that happened to Sarada, but like, or I don't know. But I like the idea, like you said, maybe it's a secret fly Raijin attempt with Boruto, but it still wouldn't make sense, because it's like even with like we still like with Code, like how the hell did you even? Is it sensing or is it magnetism? Yeah. Like which one is it, my guy?
Plus, now that I think about it, if that was the case, Koji wouldn't have panicked. So right now, I kind of believe that Sarada's kind of in a position where she's not gonna get rescued immediately. She's either gonna have to fight Hidari by herself, or just do something else. Yeah. I think we're facing something, because they made. I get it. People are saying Momoshiki made the deal with Boruto. But at the end of the day, if he sees his shot, why wouldn't he shoot a shot? Especially...
What's the shot? What's the shot?
I mean, hell, we got to remember, his original goal is getting that chakra fruit. Like, he did say, he did say at this point, let's kill the divine trees, because, I'm kind of screwed over. But, hey, maybe he can finesse something. Like, at the end of the day, Momoshiki isn't gonna submit to always being used by Boruto. So this might just be the perfect moment for him.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta actually have to pinpoint the vulnerability though in Boruto, because the whole reason Momoshiki's making the deal is because he can't force Boruto to submit.
Exactly.
So it's
And
like it has to be with Boruto's consent, or Boruto has to be completely out the picture to where like, oh, it's easy as pie right now for me.
Exactly.
How
And
do
who's
y'all-
to say?
how do y'all- How do
go.
y'all feel about like a Sakura and Sarada versus Hidari?
That would be
Sakura's-
cool. That would be cool. We would just have to get Sakura to that area, and it feels like Sarada might be fighting alone right now.
All due respect to Sakura, and you know I love Sakura. We discussed Sakura versus Itachi before. We discussed Sakura versus Madara before. This is a different animal. I'm still shocked that Sarada is at this level. This is a different animal. I'm so all due respect.
But hey, we've never seen Sakura release her Byakugo seal as an adult.
Yeah,
Stop it.
true.
I mean,
We
to
haven't.
be fair,
We haven't. Ain't
be
no
fair,
stop it. We haven't.
she has 17 years of her storing that chakra
Literally.
in her Byakugo seal. I mean, like, if she got that strong over 3 years of just storing chakra, what's 17 years gonna do?
All due respect, like maybe if we're dealing with like, you could say maybe she could take down the Shinichia army solo with the Byakugo seal. When we're discussing not even
Byakugo seal to do that though.
Stop it. When we're discussing Ishiki level opponents, I'm expecting Sakura to get packed up. I'm sorry, I just am. And we're way past Ishiki, like way past Ishiki. All due respect to him. Like
now, I say we're at a point though. We're at a point, Bara. Like I said though,
like,
we gotta also calculate in the hacks too. But yeah, Sakura's a brawler. She go.
Don't forget off
but
guard.
also Sarada is there too, so it can be mother daughter, and they can get their father back.
Nah, it's overdone. I think 1-on-1, like Sakura finna cook this nigga unless they finna show us something new that Hidari brings to the table.
Stop it.
I mean, think about it this way though. If Konohamaru can get an off-guard hit on Matsuri, because Matsuri loves Konohamaru, who's to say Hidari wouldn't get flustered seeing Sakura, and then Sasuke's chakra resonates, he gets flustered, and she off-guards him? I mean, like, at the end of the day, these are still ninjas. Who's to say Sakura doesn't have, like, a specific underhanded tactic to use?
Yeah, I guess I'd say that's the only way I could see Sarada actually winning this. Now, don't be wrong. There has been some feats that Sarada has shown against Hidari already that it could be interesting. Maybe she hit him with a Shidori one time, dodged one of his attacks, so of course she's able to react to his abilities. My thing though is like in a structured 1v1 without Boruto saddling and helping. All due respect to Sarada, she should get packed up.
I'm not. The thing about it, Bara, the reason why it's different because for me, with her first encounter with the man, she came to the very logical conclusion that she just one-shotted this nigga because she hit him with a Chidori. And she looked at him, she like, that looks pretty serious, my guy. Now, before I put you out your misery, go ahead and talk. And they were all surprised because he just vanished and then he came back and he was healed. And we know he went to the tree to go heal himself. So it was like, in her head, she was like, hey, man, this barbecue chicken, I see you in the paint, my eyes getting bright and wide. You feel me? So that's why I say, unless Ikimoto shows us something new with Hidari, this girl got the Mangekyo too. And on top of that, I checked the clock. I don't think she used it today. So, you feel me? It's game time, bang time. Especially if she activate that Mangekyo and Hidari.
Well, she actually did activate it, but I don't know if you'd consider that utilizing it. She activated it.
I mean, just activating the Mangekyo hurts your eyesight.
Yeah, but as far as like using, she ain't do nothing. And plus, it was like, it's because we glossed over. I don't know, we were talking about something else, but like when Cold captured
why
her,
did
right?
she use? Did she use the other one? Or
No, yeah, I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. When Cold captured her, it was like Ikimoto emphasized her left eye, so that's not the eye she's been using Ohirome with. So we don't even know what was going to happen. But then Cold shoved her through the teleportation thing too fast.
She can have some type of ability though.
Possibly.
I still don't know if she has another. I wouldn't necessarily just bank on that.
I mean, I guess.
But why
I guess
not?
The theory is,
Why not though? Like she unleashed her Byakugan. I mean not her Byakugan. Sorry. MS.
Her
Released the what?
100%. Her Mangekyo.
Mm-hmm.
But
Her
I mean,
MS.
yeah, but it could still just be the Ohirame.
I mean, we have 2 months
Nah.
of theorizing. Like Ikamoto did it. Like he said, "Yo, I'm going on vacation. I'm gonna drop the hardest chapter in a while, and I'm gonna let everyone else theorizing cannibalize themselves for 2 months while he's on vacation." But to finish things off, Koji tells Boruto to calm down. He says the decode plan with Sarada it's going to fail. We have Code getting uh the emblems. He says, I see how it is. I was wondering why you were giving off hints of Boruto's chakra. This is the cause, eh? He uses these to teleport. You plan to let him infiltrate the Shinju hideout with these. She says, damn it, this is bad. She activates her Mangekyo, and then Code says, unfortunately for you, you're too late. Boruto's about to fly and ride, and he says, wait, Boruto, don't go. You cuts off. Damn it, that idiot. He pops in. He already missed the code, and he says Sarada. Then it says no new chapter in the next issue. Boruto TBV will return in V Jump November edition, scheduled to release September 18. And yeah, we end off on this cliffhanger.
So yeah, it's still like, yeah, bro, because
quick question.
Even now that she's like, all right, quote unquote, by herself, bro, and she pulls up on Hidari, because we know that's where he's taking her. He's taking her to Jura, and Jura is gonna. We've rationalized enough at this point. Jura's the type of person like, hey, that's your person. You deal with her how you want. So she's gonna be 1-on-1 with Hidari, and that's likely gonna be her fight. Unless Ikimoto pull out something like, I've never showed you my final form, or hey, look at this new ability I gained since the last time y'all killed me. Bro, it's GG's for this man Hidari. I'm so sorry. It's GG's.
I think we're glossing on a problem though. If she does beat Hidari, she doesn't have Boruto with her. So if she does beat Hidari, that Thorn Soul is gonna start counting down relatively fast. So
she gonna have to let that nigga suffer from a Chidori and just make sure she don't regenerate.
I feel like she's smart enough to realize that, oh shit, I can't kill him yet, or I can't fight him yet. I have to stall, because if Boruto's not there, it doesn't matter if she wins. She doesn't know where she is. First of all, she doesn't know where Sasuke is. So she's in that situation where if she kills Hidari, she's effectively killing Sasuke.
That is true.
But side question. We kind of see Damon and Prescience. Do we think this is the moment where Damon kind of gets outclassed by Borushiki and or Kawaki's V2 Karma forms? Do we think that's Damon's limit? Like once they go V2,
where's
that's
Damon?
it. We kind of see him near Himawari. We see his haircut.
Yeah, here's what I was thinking about a little bit earlier. I don't necessarily think those two reels are from like the same setting. Like I could see the Himawari and Damon thing being like probably like 3 or 4 chapters apart from the whole Borushiki and Kawashiki type of thing. They're not necessarily like on the same rope or same reel.
Because we see Boruto and Kawaki on the same reel. We see Himawari and Damon on the same reel. And then behind them, we see the Hidden Leaf Jonin and the Divine Tree thing.
I agree with Bara, but like to answer your question though, in general, it's not. I don't think that's even if it's him. They were like, nah, that's not his. No, he's not.
Because
he's not worried about that.
Let's say Momoshiki is rampaging across the village. Would Damon go to fight Momoshiki, or would he just say, not my problem?
I feel like he would try if it was there, but then we got to remember what's in canon for Damon. What's one of the most annoying things you could do to him while he's trying to beat your ass? Fly. So 100%. He's like, get your ass on the ground. Like, what's that meme you saw that everybody used and he put Rock Lee on it? Like, bring your ass to the street, bro. I'm beating your motherfucking ass. Like, he's like, yeah, do all that flying is cool, but as soon as your feet touch the ground. So, yeah, either Momoshiki considers him insignificant or just like, oh, I'm going to fly away from him, or just He can't like it's explain like Ikimoto is smart because he made him so strong, but he took away the ability that he gave literally every strong character in the story, which is to fly. Because like imagine if Damon was able to fly. Imagine if that little demon freak was able to fly. Imagine how much havoc he would wreak.
Yeah, and all due respect to my guy Damon, but in a hypothetical battle where a Momoshiki or a Boruto controlled or whoever, let's call him Borishiki versus the current Damon, I might have to go Borishiki. All due respect to Damon.
Right now,
yeah,
nah,
yeah,
we're gonna have to wait till Boruto. Once Boruto get that Drogon, yeah. But right now,
I
Damon
mean,
beating the brakes off of anybody that's stepping towards him.
I kind of find it interesting that Momoshiki, at least Boroshiki's horn, kind of grew back. I mean, last time we saw it, it was still broken. So I wonder,
Yeah.
like, I always thought that if a horn broke, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if we're gonna get a revamp of the moment of him breaking the horn, because when he did break it, he gained control back. So I wonder if that's gonna be the play to get him back potentially.
Regain control. I'm still banking on the idea that this is the deal being sought through, and this is the potential Momoshiki versus Juro. And I don't know, man. Maybe it's enough. Maybe it's not. At this point, Ikimoto's been throwing so many curveballs. It's already looking like Jura's time is coming near, but it's just a matter of like, how are you about to do it, my guy? And then even after you do it, it's like, what's next? So I'm not even landing on any definites for now. But the only, I'll say except for one, ain't nobody stepping to Damon. He ain't got a problem. He ain't got an issue. Nothing but a tissue to solve anything that he got to deal with, man.
I'd agree with that, but it's more of the factor that no one's really looking for Damon. I'd say that.
True.
But you guys kind of like skated past the other possibilities.
Hold on, I think somebody's free game. Is that free game, Mike?
I'm not sure. It could be. Well, it stopped though. So we'll continue. But you guys kind of skated past the possibility on the other side with Hidari and Sarada battle. So let's say hypothetically Sarada actually does go to that dimension, and Hidari and Sarada actually do fight. What's the possibilities of Sarada dying?
I think she's grandfathered in.
0.2%, bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That's the percentage she has.
It's fair. It's fair.
I mean, that's like
she got a higher percentage of dying from her heel breaking and her falling and catching a concussion in the middle of the battle.
I mean, I feel like
from Hidari killing her, bro.
I feel like questioning whether Sarada's gonna die in like potentially just the middle arc of Boruto is like saying, "Oh, Sasuke's gonna die against Itachi," or "Sasuke's gonna die in the middle of the arc." Like, at this point, she's grandfathered in until like the end of Boruto. Same thing with like Himawari.
I'd consider her more of a Sakura than a Sasuke. Like I consider Kawaki being the Sasuke of the story.
Well, yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I understand what Ryzen's point was to make in terms of like she's literally grandfathered in still.
Like
so, I don't think
Sharingan cells. I mean, the editors even said it's the Rasengan and it's the Sharingan.
I get the idea, but all due respect, like I don't think Sarada is of that echelon to where she's untouchable.
But you'll never get your Sardo series.
I mean, hell, even if we take your point and we call her the Sakura, I mean, it's not like Sakura wasn't grandfathered in. She was. So even that.
Yeah, but it would be more acceptable for a Sakura to die than a Sasuke in the middle of the series.
I mean, aside from the idea of being grandfathered in, like realistically, because you're saying that it's possible that she could die against Hidari. Like, aside from just saying like for plot reasons, because I don't think we should stick to that for Sarada. Like, realistic, like for the character, what can Hidari do to put this woman in the ground?
Pretty much anything. You said a little bit earlier, you said it's possible. I'd go further. I think it's likely that she dies. If Boruto doesn't pull up, if Sarada is legitimately there 1v1ing Hidari with Jura sipping tea in the background, I gotta tap Sarada on the shoulder. It's time.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's in Jura's best interest to be like, yo, Hidari, handle that. I'm finna go out shopping. Because the minute she activates Ohirume, And if she ain't use it today, it just like the first time and the only time, unless you gonna cheat her Ikimoto and just be like, all right, she can't use it at all no more. Every time she tries, it's gonna break down. But the first time she uses it for the day, she looks at Hadari and Jura and explodes these niggas to smithereens. The only downside is she can't do that because she knows how fast the Thorn Soul ride. All right, I can't kill Hadari like that. So that's the win con. But we erase
I
that. We
don't know.
erase that. We erase that though. Like let's erase that. Boom. What can Hadari do if he's trying to kill her? She's trying to kill him. Like, bro, it's and like the whole thing. Like, I'm that guy because at this point, people like to do something. Oh, when she don't got it, but she ain't use it today, fellas. She ain't used that Mangekyo Sharingan, so she's locked and loaded and fresh and ready. She just got a new pair of glasses and walked out the store. So, like,
Fresh,
anybody who want it at this very moment, anybody who want it can get it.
I, Matt, I don't want to make you seem like I don't get where you come from because to be honest, I think you have the popular opinion right now currently in the Boruto fandom. I feel like I have the unpopular opinion where it comes down to I just don't think she's stronger than Hidari, and if it's really a 1v1 situation, she should die realistically. She should.
Realistically,
No,
because like
yeah,
even if we just
honestly,
go off of what we've already seen between the two, that's what I'm saying. Unless because Ikimoto has to show us like he underwent some type of power up or better understanding of how to utilize his power. Like we have to see something
I,
else because
I,
from the matchup of what we've seen, the advantage that Hidari had was the fact that he kept on disappearing through the claw marks, and he was using the claw grimes to disappear and reappear through. That's literally it. In a head to head, every time he stayed outside longer than 15
And
seconds, somebody was putting a belt to his ass.
funny enough,
mostly Boruto.
uh, Hidari.
Sarada, in multiple times, and Konohamaru even was there. He was like, "Hey, don't forget about me." And we shove him out the camera, but he was there.
But
I gotta
funny
go
enough.
back and actually see what happened. Give me a second. Go ahead, Rocco.
But
That
funny enough to add on to your point, Uchiha, Hidari's kind of at a disadvantage fighting on his home turf because he can't really hide in another area and heal because the cube's right there. Sarada's gonna be right there. If he tries to heal with the cube, what's stopping Sarada from attacking him mid healing?
literally, bro. So I know the
All
obvious
right.
answer because it's gonna have to be. I know it's gonna have to be an obstacle for Sarada. So the obvious answer is we're gonna see something from Hidari that we have not seen up until this point. Because everything we have to work with right now, there's no win con for Hidari other than the fact that if you kill me
I
right now, that means
disagree.
your daddy died.
First thing first, the simplest is taijutsu, but there's there's a very good possibility that her Mangekyo Sharingan goes out during the battle. Like,
But if
not
she
even going
uses, that's
not
the
even going
thing. If she
make
uses
it
it
right at
once, that's all
Hidari.
she needs, though. So that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't know. So you're banking on the fact that Hidari just doesn't find any sort of counter to her initially using it.
When she first uses it against Ryu, what happened? He died. When she first used it against the Mamushi that was in front of them, what happened? They died. The only time it's ever been exploited is with, oh, snap. Sarada, chill out. You already used this ability today. She just got a fresh new pair of glasses and woke up from some orange juice and apple slices from Sakura's breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a new day. It's a brand new day. And what Ice Cube do on a brand new day? He went and he dropped a triple double on them niggas on the basketball court. So it's Salvador's turn to go out there, mess around, and drop a triple double. Like, come on, bro. It's a whole new day. I would understand if we're fresh off the Mamushi battle and it's like this just happened. I'd be like, yeah, she's cooked. But bro, like,
I'm
she's
sorry.
fresh.
Maybe it's just me, but I can't see Sarada beating Hidari in a 1v1.
All right, if we go over the panels, if we go over the fight, like everything that Hadari did that showed his advantage in the battle was, mind you, the power of his Shidori itself is very extremely strong. But him being able to get that off on people, it didn't really correlate to nothing. The only person it landed on was Konohamaru, and it barely landed because Konohamaru blocked it. But other than that, his main fighting tactic was espionage through the fact of the claw marks and the claw grinds. Like every time he went into battle, like in the open space, he was getting done in.
I'm trying to read. Do you guys remember which
I'm
chapter it
about to
was?
say, I don't know, did Ryzen step away?
He
But
might
I'm
have.
here. I can go back to the chapter. Let's see. All
I'm
right,
about,
chapter 10.
I'm about to say, look, the first thing he does, boom, pops up on some espionage John, tries to get the drop, don't get the drop.
I don't. But
Shorty,
here's the thing. This right here specifically, I don't put that much stock into what Sarda did simply because Hidari was using the Shidori, and we already understand what happens when
I,
you use the Shidori.
But see, here's the
I
thing.
barely even use this part in my argument, but this is just like how it started though. Like, and
But
this
see,
is her
here's the
getting caught
issue.
by off guard.
I don't
Not
think that.
having the Sharingan doesn't weaken the Chidori. It just prevents you from being from counterattacking if you get caught off guard. This is
Or
still
adjust
Hidari
it.
going. This is still Hidari going
Or,
full force at full speed.
but
So
but it
she
also
still has.
prevents him from adjust. It also prevents him from adjusting. Like if one Sarda moves, like he can't now readjust the
That's the
Shidori.
counterattack. That's the
That's
point.
the
Counterattack.
counterattack. So like if you're attacking Hidari, he can't maneuver because it gives him tunnel vision. But he's still attacking straight. She still has to be fast enough to dodge him. It's like what Lee
And
told
plus,
Sasuke.
not even that. Go back up. Go up. He didn't run nowhere. Go up even more. The boy popped up. Didn't use no feet, no running. So it's not like she's right in front of him. So it's not like he was running and he gained tunnel vision. No, he literally popped up, used the Chidori point blank range. So that tunnel vision is kind of like irrelevant.
The tunnel vision is
Nah.
only for him
I see the
counterattacking. Like
But
no,
even
but
then, past that,
the
so
Shidori also
he
gives
gets
you
knocked
perfect
up, right?
Not sure.
No,
The
go ahead.
Sharingan also gives you perfect timing and specifically where to actually hit to actually meet your
but
opponent
but
or
but see,
to meet
here's the
the target
thing. It
in the
goes back to
perfect
what
spot.
Lee.
So,
It goes back to what Lee told Sasuke. It doesn't matter if you can see me. If you're not fast enough to dodge me, it's a moot point. Sarada was fast enough to be able to dodge, in addition to perceiving him.
Even so,
I
even
get that,
past that,
but I'm just saying.
once the fight
uh,
starts, though, like the main
we,
thing he does is hide and tries to get the drop through surprise attack measures.
we can continue going through the battle, but I'm just saying specifically here. I get where you're coming from. Sarda was able to react to Sasuke or to Hidari, but I don't necessarily think that's a crazy feat given the fact that he wasn't able to adjust. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's able to react to him, and to be honest, I thought that was an insane feat when I first seen it. I still give her credit for that specifically, but I'm not necessarily saying it's like crazy that she reacted in this particular situation because he couldn't adjust specifically.
But even all right, so even past that though, because I know how controversial that take is, so I wasn't even dwelling on that. If we go past this, is one of the greatest fights with Jura and Himawari. But like, so we get to this part, boom, he's on the ground. He goes and he has to heal himself, right? So everybody already established this nigga is on the verge of death because he got hit by a critical. So before they understand he could heal, they're thinking the fight is done off of a one shot from Sarada. So she already in her brain like, I could one shot this nigga, but boom, he heals. He catches her off guard now. Boom, she
Yeah,
actually gets hit, and she's actually okay. So now he has a critical hit on her, and all of that is established. And you see, all of this stuff
but
is happening when he's
but,
just
but
popping in and
no.
out
But in a 1v1 scenario, Sard is cooked right there.
right there. Yeah, she's cooked right there.
But that's my point. That's the
But
entire
at this
point.
look, that's what I'm saying. At this point, how is that gonna happen once you bring her to? That's what I'm saying. After we've already established what happened in this last fight, like even after she gets attacked and she has to like shake herself back together. Once we get past that, boom, he's trying to get her. Boruto saves her, right? So now the fight is about to get started.
She got
I didn't
past the
even realize.
beginning.
I didn't even realize this fight lasted over 3 chapters. You said what?
Yeah, I said she was about to get packed up again right there. But I do like how they give multiple different storylines throughout
Yeah,
the
I was about
chapters.
to say at that point we getting lore disposition. So at that point, I don't know. I can't argue with that point because we're getting lore disposition while she's getting devoured. So,
Mm.
anyways, we get to that. All right. Now we see he summons a shitload of claw guns and he's hiding and he tries to pop out randomly. And now she's like, all right, it's on go. And all of this, that, and the third. She catches him. She tosses him. Like, it's come on, bro. It's like after he's already established, because he tried to get the drop on her twice when he got her foot and she hit him with the Chidori stream. And mind you, this is
But,
all after he hit her with the Chidori.
but
Like, look, and
mind you,
he's some
none of this would be necessary if she was in a 1v1 scenario. He's only doing this because she has crazy help.
Boruto, which is crazy enough, shit, but like it's just Boruto, bro.
And again, he gets to her again.
And she handles
Yeah,
that.
she got active, but how? But I feel like that's one of the first like actual interactions with Sarada and Hidari that I'd probably move towards the next battle. Like I don't think Hidari was particularly affected by that too much.
In terms of like her attack power, this is and no, he probably wasn't by that Chidori. But actually, we can't even say because after she hit him with that Chidori, she had the drop on him. But at this point, the plan is to get hit with the Uzuhiko. So she decides to throw him to Boruto. Now imagine if she gets that same drop on him, but it's no established plan to get him to Uzuhiko. What is that? That's a Chidori to the freaking heart right there, like right then and there. And we've seen
I
what the
don't think
Chidori can
so.
already do to him.
But again, he wouldn't be having tunnel vision at that point, so he'd be able to adjust to a potential Chidori. So now he's now able to react to it. So it'd be different.
You also got to remember that Sarada herself is now stronger.
I mean, I get that, but if we're Roger, this is in the context of Sarada with crazy help in a 1v1 scenario in multiple situations during these past couple of chapters right here. Hidari could have packed Sarada up multiple times.
I'm gonna give you it's because she
Now
fought with
the
help.
Mangekyo Sharingan.
I'm gonna give it to you because she fought with help. But I'm not gonna ignore the fact that the second
It's
time the second time he tried to pack her up, we got lore disposition. That was a way for us to get the lore about in terms of what happens when you devour. Because Hidari was yapping and he was talking about how possibly having the Sharingan and learning all this stuff from Jura. So that's like the first time. All right, he got the drop on her, hit her with a Chidori, and Sumire was able to come to her aid at that point in time. But at that point in time, it's like Sumire was at, it's not any like she got crazy help. It was Sumire who came to her aid, right? And after she got hit with that Chidori, and like I said, disregarding the whole entire lore disposition, each time Hidari tried to capture her, which was 2 more times after that, she countered and was able to react to that.
I'd have to see specifically,
But like you said, because there's arguments on both sides. She had help. Hidari was battling multiple people. But it's like his fighting style still shows it's like he's quick. He's assassination. Like he's not trying to fight in a full 1v1 confrontation because if he
yeah,
just straight up confronts you head to head, you're more likely to get the head up. That's what I'm getting from Hidari.
yeah, he's not fighting like Rock Lee. So my thing, I feel like the only way I could see Sarada potentially now kind of even in the playing field is the boost that you potentially get from Mangekyo Sharingan in regards to speed and strength. The hacks itself, I feel like it could be interesting to see exactly how Hidari could like get away from that. But to be honest, that's really like the only potential way I could see Sarada winning. It's just
And that's the thing.
hacks.
She hasn't used her Mangekyo, so it's like it's free reign.
But my thing is, I'm not gonna always say that that's a get out of jail free card for Sarada. There's gonna be a fighter in the future.
There is gonna be, but
So,
it's like the same argument with Damon currently being the strongest. Like until we see him get dethroned, so it's like until we see them physically exploit the Ohirume jutsu, because like the only exploitation Ikimoto has given us is Sarada's overusage of the jutsu, and we've seen the max that he would allow her to use it, aside from the first time she used it, was one time. Because when she used it the one time against Mamushi, she couldn't use it again, and she hasn't used it since.
You know how I feel about Damon. Damon is my guy. I'm right with you, Damon. I say Damon in 3. Yeah, I'm with you with
Yeah,
Damon in 5.
yeah.
If Sarda had Damon's abilities, I'd feel well, not necessarily his abilities, but how sturdy he is with his ability, I'd be significantly more confident with Sarda. Damon, he isn't being hurt by the fact that he's able to reflect jutsus, but on top of that, he doesn't need to reflect jutsus to potentially be at an Ishiki level in terms of speed and strength. Sarda, I'd question that. I'd question she's potentially just taijutsu wise if she's able to beat Code. Like these
That's
are
crazy.
questions that I
Because
have about Sarda.
we seen what her Chidori is able to do to niggas though. Like we seen Ryu take damage right the minute before he disperses, he's coughing up blood. We seen
Yeah,
Hidari have to go literally heal. Like we know it could do damage.
true. I see where you're coming from, but I'm saying the Damon comparisons, I'd feel significantly more comfortable if she had, let's say, an EMS to where she isn't taking damage by her own manga Sharingan abilities,
Well,
plus the upgraded taijutsu.
I wouldn't
I'd
go
feel
as far
way
as
more
to like
comfortable.
saying like comparing her to Damon himself, but as far as like the conversations where like, well, I'm using the Ohirume as an ability as a crux. Well, it's because Ikimoto hasn't shown any outside force exploitation of that other than Sarada herself overusing her eyes. So the whole thing is now that she's entering into the lair with Hidari, she's fresh. So as long as she's smart whenever she's activating her Mangekyo, and on top of that, her at her base level of power and the normal strength that she already gained from the having the Mangekyo reactivated, it's enough to literally draw out the battle enough to really come up with a plan in the first place and then decide when to use the manga. Bro, it's game time. And especially if you only need to use it once. So, and then it's like I said, when she activated just now against Code, and we saw the emphasis on her left eye, that doesn't mean anything. It's not like, oh, she activated, she turned on her Mangekyo, and oh, she can't use it. Because if that was the case, after she activated it against Damon, she would have never been able to use it against Mamushi. But she still used it against Mamushi. So her turning it on, understandably so, that the minute you activate the Mangekyo, it's already draining. So it's not just turning it on and off. It's the minute it's even activated. So from the minute she was 12 years old, it's already been taking its toll. However, it's been manifesting. So it's like right now, she still hasn't used the jutsu to the point where like it should be considered it's unusable. So I don't know how Hidari, especially if we consider the Mangekyo, the Ohirume, the gravity, all of that stuff. But taking that aside, just head to head, if she's on her toes and she's on her P's and Q's and she's keeping her eyes sharp behind him, activating those claw marks are popping up, like I believe she can handle this fight.
Well, I would say it would be a nice surprise if she actually does beat Hidari in a 1v1. We'd have significantly better conversation. Well, I'd say we'd be having uncomfortable conversations about Sarada if that's the case, especially in regards to some Naruto Shippuden characters, which are already having
If she
uncomfortable
were to
conversations.
like easily beat him, you saying?
No, if she were to beat him, period, point blank, because now we're discussing her among the ilks of Jigen. Like literally, now we're discussing her among the ilks bump Jigen of Ishiki. Like those are the conversations. Like we've been surpassed the moderate conversations, the Itachi conversations, unfortunately. So, but
He said
like now we're
unfortunately.
having. Yeah, like now we're saying, did she surpass Naruto and Sasuke's entire legacies? Like past the speed, past
We're
just
not there yet in terms of the legacy, but she's well on her
are we?
way.
Because hypothetically, she beats Hidari and becomes Kage, which I think she will. Again, it's probably a discussion for a different pod. But if she beats Hidari and then potentially becomes a Kage, I feel like you not even just strength wise, because I feel like strength conversation is different. Legacy conversations, we're discussing one of the GOAT Shinobis.
Yeah, she needs more. She needs more rapport though, because she did good in the Sand Village arc, and a lot of the credit did go to her for the success of that mission. But she needs more rapport within the village itself also, because she's doing good building outside rapport. But now she needs a heavy W within the village, and we've seen she did get that good W against Mamushi at first when she did protect those couple villagers. But it's like every day for a ninja to protect a couple villagers in the middle of attack. So that's nothing crazy.
Yeah, I feel, but I guess the last thing I would say though, it would be, I won't even say a nice surprise because some people would probably absolutely despise it, but it would be a legitimate surprise if the Boruto writers actually did have the cojones to get rid of a main character like Sarda. It would be a crazy surprise. But
I'm not that type of fan that'll drop a story because of the character. Because at this point, I fuck with the whole story, but like I would be devastated if they ever got rid of Sarada. Just know, it would be a sad day. Like, what's that Stephen A. meme? It's a sad day. It's a very sad day. It would be a very, very sad day.
I remember that. He was talking about the Knicks with the free agency. Yeah. Yeah, 100% would be a sad day. But I if that happened, you could essentially compare her death to like an Itachi death. Not necessarily like specifically what they did, but impact-wise on a series.
I would say along the likes of Itachi, Minato, like they had so much ahead of them. Like,
one thing I
it's like one of those dams, like with Neji. Like, imagine if Neji was a Jonin right now. A lot of this slick shit wouldn't be letting slide with Neji around. Like that, these niggas lucky.
Yeah, 100%. I always thought he was underutilized though, but yeah, he'd be a different cat in Boruto, especially after the 16-year time skip. Him getting better, oh yeah, it'd be different.
Yeah, bro.
I completely forgot the point I was about to make about Sarda.
I mean, we gonna pick up. What we gonna do the main chapter review? We could do that on like, I guess we can go back to Sunday.
All due respect, it might have to be Monday or Saturday because I think Sunday is the World Cup Championship, and if it was any other teams, other teams, I'd say all right. But this is arguably the greatest player of all time, plus my GOAT Messi. Well, the greatest player of all time, and my baby GOAT Lamine Yamal. I'm sorry, I gotta watch it. It's a win-win for me. Look,
he said it's a win-win. No, I respect it. I respect it.
That's it. Yeah, so either Saturday or Monday we can hop back on once the official chapter releases. And of course, we can see specifically if any dialogue change, especially with the Amado and Kashin Koji thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can figure out some more stuff in regards to like some intricacies about specifically, what Kashin Koji did.
I mean, the chapter drops in 5 days, so we can literally just pod the day the chapter officially releases. Because it's the 20th.
What's the 20th? That's a Monday. Yeah, so I guess we can do that. We can pod Monday.
Oh fuck! Monday. Wait, nah. Damn, we would have to Monday because I gotta watch Game of Thrones on Monday.
I mean, we got time. We're not getting a chapter. We're not getting a chapter next month, so the theories will still be here.
Yeah, we could do Tuesday. One Saturday or Tuesday. If y'all try, Saturday it won't be out yet though, so it would make no sense. So
we'll tap in sometime next week. We'll connect.
We'll figure it out.
In the chat. All right, y'all. I was about to say I got scared. Free game not here. I thought the pod wasn't going to end. Free game usually does the outros. I'm not sure. Do one of you guys have his outro memorized?
Did we get any super chats? No, that would have been messed up because we should have went over them though. But no, appreciate all the support, all the super chats, all the members. Until next time, guys. Again, shout out to all the co-members. I think Free Game signed off early. Everybody's tired. We're all tired. I'm tired. But until the chapter drops. Next pod.
All right, y'all. See y'all later.
See y'all.
Later.